Welcome back, Latin Wealth Club, to another Latin Wealth Club podcast. Today we have an interview with my compa Juan de Linaje Jewelry. And we're actually in Redding, California, man. I've never been here before. And, I'm sure my co-host, AZ, hasn't been here before.
Beautiful, though.
It's actually really nice. Mm-hmm. The drive out here was amazing. We've seen a lot of rolling hills, a lot of vacas, los que son de rancho. Hey, my boy, they got the T-bone steaks ready for you right there. I was over there like, hey, that's the homie hamburger over there. Shoot.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you guys for coming out. Like, I know we've been talking about this for how long?
For a while.
Yeah, and I know, you were busy, I was busy, but like, I'm glad you guys are here. So.
Hell yeah. Not only that, bro, but I mean, I'm just down to take the trip. We have a beautiful state. From Southern California to Northern California, we have an overall beautiful state. And
totally different too. Like what you get in LA versus the Bay Area versus here is totally different.
And people act different too. People's lingo and everything. And it's funny because I was telling Juan, I was like, "Hey, food, like, is my lingo a little different?" And he was like, "Well, I do watch a lot of people from LA, so it's not really too different."
Yeah, I'm used to that, I think.
But anyways, man, talk to me, man. Let's talk about you, bro. Where'd you grow up? Did you grow up here in Redding?
No, I did not. So I grew up in Washington State. Part of my youth was in Mexico when I was like real little.
¿De dónde son?
Michoacán.
Okay.
So Michoacanos, para toda la raza que está allá de Michoacán, un saludote. But basically, I grew up in Mexico till I was 9, and then I came over here to Washington from 9 until pretty much like 26, 27. That's when I moved to California.
Okay. Hey, hay mucha raza de Michoacán acá arriba, ¿no? I feel like because I
think Michoacanos, they're everywhere, bro.
I think they are and the reason why I say that, bro, is because my mom, when she used to work for like Los Bodegas in LA, for Michael Kors.
Yeah.
And tenía muchos parientes de Michoacán. And every now and then, they would be like, hey, we're taking off to Sacramento. And my mom would be like, for what? Oh, we got family out there. We have a lot of family out there. And I was like, so right now when you kind of mentioned that you came from Michoacán and you kind of landed up here in the northern part of our country, I was kind of like, man, maybe mucha raza de Michoacán viene acá, no sé.
Yeah, I think if you go like San Jose, there's so many Michoacanos there, but there's just a lot of Mexican people in general.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even in LA, right? In LA, I feel like we have a lot of like gente de Zacatecas, Sinaloa, Michoacán. Oh yeah, Sinaloa mainly. It's like a you get your pockets, I would say.
Yeah.
But a lot of Michoacán, a lot of Zacatecas, a lot of Jalisco.
Sí, mucha gente de Jalisco. My wife, she's from Jalisco.
Okay, yeah, it's funny because my girlfriend, her family's from Hidalgo.
Oh, that's not like...
It's not too popular. And it's the same thing with mine, Aguascalientes, my parents.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like,
but I have friends from Aguascalientes, so...
It's funny, but it's only a handful that right?
Yeah, only a handful, and also like Chihuahua too. I don't know that many people from Chihuahua.
Es que yo pienso que when it comes like Nuevo León, Chihuahua and all that, I feel like they lean more to like Texas, Oklahoma, Arizona, New Mexico.
Gotcha.
It's
southern states.
Yeah, because they're right there.
Yeah.
It kind of doesn't make sense to go west.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, man, so te trajeron de niño, y was it a culture shock?
Yeah, but I mean, when you come here as a kid, like, you kind of just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like don't really know, what's going on.
Yeah.
So you're like, hey, whatever's clever. So for me, like, I came here when I was 9. I think I knew how to say the colors. And that was pretty much it. That was all the English that I had. I knew absolutely nothing else.
Are you a DACA baby?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I became a U.S. citizen a while back.
Oh, congratulations, bro.
Yeah.
And so when you came, you were learning the language. Did you get bullied? I mean, because I know you were ESL?
ESL, yeah. I was ESL. No, not really. To be honest with you, I've always been kind of like quiet, kind of to myself, like, and I had a lot of friends growing up, so I've never really felt like I was bullied.
Not even here?
No, not really.
Okay. Because I feel like, at least in LA, we do have a little bit of a problem with that. Like, I'm not talking about me necessarily, but I have seen where like kids get made fun of because, they're ESL. And it's unfortunate, but being an ESL kid, I kind of want to see that perspective.
Yeah, well, no, I think that in Washington, like there wasn't that many Mexican people. So we had ESL classes with like Mexicans, Ukrainians, like everyone. So it was like nobody really messed with us. Like, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but probably the kids that bully other kids are like the Mexican American kids that've been here all their life bullying the paisas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, yeah.
Is that kind of true?
Yeah. I mean, because I'm in that boat, right? Where I'm a Mexican American. I've been here my whole life. I mean, I went to iba a México cada año. Yo sé hablar español perfectamente. No. But obviously, a lot of Chicanos don't, right? And a lot of Chicanos, I feel like when it comes to paisas, they see them, they kind of look at them down. Right, they look down on them. So that's why I kind of wanted to ask you, like, did you have any problems with Chicanos or anything like that?
There just wasn't that many over there. Like, actually, where we moved, like, we first moved to an area that was like pretty diverse. We had Asian people, we had black people, Mexican, white, and then from there, middle school, we went to a place that was like 90% white. So like people actually thought like, oh, you're cool, you're like different. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like it was. Like
interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't like there were no gangs, no nothing. So like, who's gonna do something to you? You know what I'm saying? Like the kids that were around me.
That's
like,
interesting.
I would
bro.
look at them and they'd be scared of me, and I'm like 5'6".
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like
crazy.
No like hate, no bullying, nothing.
That's crazy, bro. Because
yeah.
You would expect LA being such a diverse city with so many razas, so many culturas, Obviously, la raza, we dominate. We run that shit. But, you do have Asians, you do have Middle Easterns, you have a little bit of everything, right? And if you want, like if you want African food, like Nigerian food and all that, you can find that in LA.
Oh,
you want Belizean food, you can find that in LA. You can find everything in LA, right?
Good food, too.
But the thing is, like, going back to, like, an outsider coming in, I feel like there's a lot of maybe, people look down on that, and it's kind of crazy that you're telling me that you grew up in a place that wasn't too diverse.
Nah.
And you didn't deal with any of that. That's kind of shocking to hear, man. I mean, at least for us, right?
Yeah. So I think it was kind of a blessing in disguise because, like, where I grew up, like in grade school, there were gangs and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then middle school, where we went, like, there weren't any gangs. It was, like I said, like 90% white people. So I feel like that was a good move on my mom's part because it kept me, like, away from all the crazy stuff.
Damn.
You know
So is Washington pretty ghetto? Is there ghetto pockets?
I mean, just like everywhere else.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to, like, for example, Redding, not ghetto at all.
Yeah.
But certain parts of California,
ghetto. Of course. I mean, LA, dude. You can't. You go block to block. You don't know. You don't know where you're going.
I'm random. Maybe you don't even remember, but how big were your class sizes?
Oh yeah.
In like grade school, middle school,
like 15.
Probably like 15 to 25. Something
bro,
like that.
what? We had like 30, bro. There was times where we're overpopulated, bro. We had like.
And I think that has a big part to play with,
Dude,
they would bring extra.
Teacher freaking out.
Yes,
like,
bro. There was
kids
one
are being rowdy.
There was times where we had like 38, and the teacher would have to call the security, like, "Hey, I can't. No, yeah, bro. Put it this way, in middle school, I was bad. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was a bad little kid, bro. I mean."
Angry little kid.
Nah, it's not even that. No. Okay, for example, in elementary school, I'm like Latin Wolf was about to learn something about me. I used to tag.
See, I never got into that shit.
You see what I'm saying? I was at 8 years old, bro. I was stealing Sharpies from teachers and tagging up the bathrooms. Yeah. And my parents are gonna see this, they're gonna be shocked. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of the group of friends I had at the time and stuff like that. And once middle school came around, I grew out of that. It was just like I said, it was just more fun.
Phase.
Homies, a little phase. I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
And it's funny. My parents are gonna watch it and be like, "Oh, what the hell? We didn't know about that."
Bro, what?
And it's funny because I used to have a black
grounded.
book. I don't know if you know what that is.
Nah.
It's pretty much an art book, just with blank pages. And I would go on and I would practice my taggings. And I would always keep it in my book bag.
Shit, so all these kids tagging like they're actually artists.
Yes. No, bro. It was actually yeah.
It was a portfolio.
Right. Exactly.
No, I swear we had a portfolios, bro. It was called our black
My
books.
sister had the same thing. She used
That's
to tag, but
crazy.
she would go on the freeways and everything. And,
Yeah, I wouldn't do the
she,
tag.
She got crazy. She wanted the spray paint. And she
No,
would
I didn't
big
do all that.
letters on the
Yeah,
side.
I only did the pretty much the vandalism at school, bro. Put it this way: we're in 4th grade. I did it like my 4th grade year and my 5th grade year, and by the 5th grade year, they already had a whole like anti-graffiti and propaganda.
Like
like
force and everything.
they low key did, bro. I remember like the 1st, 2nd graders, they were making posters like "Stop graffiti, don't," you know. And it's funny because my little group of friends. We would just go down there. Someone would literally watch the bathroom door. We're over there like getting on top of the stalls, getting the ceiling, bro. It was just bad. But what I'm saying is, man, I forgot why I brought this up, but you know. Oh, you're talking about the gangs and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
we were talking about how it wasn't that bad
Yeah.
over there, and then you were kind of surprised that like I didn't go through like any bullying or anything like that.
Yeah, my bad. No, I got. Yeah, we kind of got off subject right there.
Yeah, we're talking about class sizes. And
Class sizes. So I was bad, right? Oh, there we go. I was explaining how bad I was, right?
Yeah.
My 6th grade year, we went to middle school, right? We're scrubs. That's what they call us in LA. I mean, they have like their own like little hierarchy in middle school, right? But when you're fresh, you're a scrub, you know. And the 8th graders, 7th graders are gonna treat you like it.
Yeah.
Right. It was like that back then, and I remember like we were so bad, bro. Our class size was so big that some girl was arguing with the teacher. The teacher kicked her out. She's walking out. Some girl's looking at her, and she's like, "What are you looking at?"
Oh,
and she's like, "I'm looking at you. You have a problem?" And they literally just grab each other's hair and just start getting down in the middle
Just
of
go
class.
for it.
Yes, bro. This was in middle school, right?
Yeah.
And at this point, everyone's like, literally all the kids moved their tables and let them battle it out in the middle of class.
That's crazy.
And everyone's recording and shit. And the teacher's like, "You guys help them stop." Like, and every kid's like, "Hell no, like, let them go," you know?
Yeah.
And we made the teacher cry, bro. And I promise you,
crazy.
a week later, bro, the teacher was MIA.
What?
And I'm talking about class sizes of 30, 35. Yeah, he went to the same middle school.
Yeah, every week it's even in high school the same thing.
That's
you know,
crazy.
every year there's like
And you know what's
2 or
funny?
3 teachers that just end up crying.
At that moment, she was thinking like, "Damn, I went to school all these years for
It's
this."
because I'm not gonna lie, man. Her name was Miss Correa, and she had a lot of faith in us, bro. Like she would really try to like knock some sense into us, bro. Like she would like before it got to that point, she would always talk to the class on how we need to really focus on school and like, you know, care about our future and stuff like that. And at that point, bro, a lot of kids are either getting into gangs, a lot of kids are going through stuff at their house. You know, there's a lot of life going on for a lot of kids and a lot of hormone changes and stuff like that. And bro, we're not caring of what's going on. And then not only that, but with the atmosphere that school was of like how I tell you, like, you know, scrubs and people bullying and stuff like that, it was just bad. And that's why I asked you, like, I thought it would have been worse over here because, you know, being a minority and I would say, well, we're minorities in LA, but you being an extra minority, I thought you would face some type of bullying or something.
Nah, man. And I also like treated people with respect, and I never wanted to get into like beefs. Like I would be the type of kid that like I was cool with everybody. Like if you were like a popular kid, I was cool with you. If you were like a nerdy kid, I still like treated you with respect. I don't know. I probably don't have like a face that a lot of people want to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm just asking, like I said, bro, you know, obviously the lifestyles of these different states and different areas, you know,
For sure.
we could learn from one another too. But yeah, I'm actually really shocked to learn, bro, being a kid that didn't know English too well and being a really like 1% minority in the place you grew up and you didn't face any of that. Yeah.
And I will say, I grew up around a lot of bad people too, but luckily I also grew up around a lot of good people. So it wasn't like the typical like story where like
you grew up to be a statistic.
Yeah, you live in the hood and like gangs and everything. Like it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and I grew up.
Don't get me wrong, I experienced stuff like that too. Yeah. But I was like, I don't want to be like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I had a lot of uncles that did crazy shit, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like that.
No, my dad told me a saying, bro. There was a point in time where I was like sagging my pants and, you know, trying to act the part.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad told me, he's like, "Mira, mijo, te puedes crecer en el fuego, pero you don't need to, no te debes que quemar."
Oh, that's good advice.
And I was just like, bro, like I was probably in early seventh grade, and I just went, damn.
Like, you're
like,
right.
And then he was like, I was like, you're right. And he was like, yeah, like if your homies are gonna accept you, let them accept you for who you are, bro. You ain't gotta try to act like them.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit. So then I literally started doing my own thing, bro. And I feel like I even gained more like friends like that. Like they were like, hey, like now he's more genuine, right?
Maybe they respected you more.
Yeah.
Like, they were already your homies, but they were like, oh shit, like
Yeah, like
when they passed you the joint, you were like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were like, oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't smoking that age, but what I'm saying is like, for example, things like that. Like when at that turn of events, it was like, hey, let's go do this. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, no, that's good, man.
And but yeah, that saying is really what got me. You know, is te puedes quedar en el fuego, pero no te debes que quemar.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
That's good.
Like, all right, cool. But yeah, I feel like it's because my dad was probably like, damn, like we're growing up here. He's going that route. I can't afford to move away right now. Like we gotta knock some sense into that kid, you know?
For sure.
And I appreciate my parents because I know after that, my mom also started staying home. She started becoming a stay-at-home mom, and I'm really grateful for that because I know the real reason why she stayed home. You know, It was like to keep me in check.
To keep you guys.
Well, no, just me.
It's just you.
It's just me. I'm only child, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it just kept me in check.
Yeah, you're lucky, man. Actually, I love my siblings. I have 4 siblings. So,
I don't know, bro. You said you're lucky. Yeah. That was your first reaction, bro. Hey, if you're his sibling, hey, I'm gonna need to give him a call later today.
Hey, you're not getting anything Christmas. No, I think like you're lucky in that they had the energy to take care of you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's different when you got
I'm
5
blessed.
kids. It's different, bro.
I'm blessed.
Like taking care of one kid is not the same as taking care of 5 kids, bro.
Of course.
So that's what I'm talking about.
But it sucks too, bro, because as much as I would want siblings, I remember having a conversation with my parents like, why didn't you guys have more siblings and stuff like that? And they were like, well, you know, times were rough. And they're like, okay,
But it is.
What? We're gonna have a kid and we're still in debt, we're still doing this and that. We could barely take care of you. Why are we gonna bring another kid in the road? And I was just kinda like, shit, that shit makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, shoot. And they're like, yeah, we're focused on work. We're focused on saliendo adelante. By the time we're ready to have a kid, you're already in your teenage years.
Do you want to do everything all over again for them too? Like, they're a little bit older.
Yeah.
It's like, do they want to have a baby?
And then not only that, but then they're like, you're a teenager. And then I, at the same time too, when they would always mess with me, like, oh, you're going to have a sibling, right? They would just mess with me. And I would tell them like, nah, I'm like, I don't want to be 15 years older than my sibling. Like I'm at that point, they might as well be my kid.
Yeah, it's like you're pretty much raising the kid.
But in our community, you see that a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like I got uncles that are like 10 years older than me, and I'm like,
I got a 16-year-old brother, and I'm 32, bro. I just turned 33.
Oh, when?
So, like last month, October.
Oh well, happy belated birthday, bro. What'd you end up doing?
Shit, I don't even remember.
You're like work.
Yeah, I was working, and then I think we probably went to dinner.
Okay, so then now that you get to the U.S., obviously you talk about it a little bit, but high school.
I was gonna say we went to a Peso Pluma concert in Reno.
Oh, for your birthday?
Yeah, it was like a couple days before my birthday or whatever.
Oh shit, that's
nice. I like it wasn't my idea though. My girl was like,
"Are you a Peso Pluma fan?"
I like his music.
I'm more of like I fuck more with like Panther.
Panther Bélico?
Yeah, I'm like
I like all of them.
I feel like there's different styles of corridos. That's why, and I like more of like
probably more traditional.
I like more of the traditional. Like I like Grupo Clasificado. Like
Yeah.
I like more of that like motivational shit, and then also because on their lyrics, being business owners. Yeah. There's like stuff you can relate to, and you're like, hey, I felt that, you know.
So.
And but anyways, man, for Juan, who was Juan in high school?
Shit, one thing that I could say, like I said, I had a lot of friends. Everybody kind of knew me, like no beefs or nothing. But I think I was definitely a little bit more reserved. And I wanted to kind of express myself, but I was like, man, I don't want to look like an idiot in front of people. So I think I was definitely more like the quiet dude.
Okay, so you were more in the shadows. Like everyone knew who you were. But it's not like you were getting in fights. You were not getting. Nah. You were like not in the headlines. You could say.
Exactly. I kind of try to stay to myself. Like I had friends and everything. Obviously, like my brother went to school with me. He's a year younger than me. I had cousins in school at that time, so I had a lot of people that I knew. But I was just kind of like more like reserved. But at the same time, I wanted to kind of like break out of my shell, but I was like, I don't know if I should.
And you never did any time in high school?
Yeah, actually, there was a class that kind of got me to open up, and that teacher was the teacher that wrote my my letter of recommendation for college. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that brings up a great topic. You know, being an entrepreneur, you went to college. You just mentioned
I
it.
went to college. Yeah.
Okay, was it worth it?
So how do I say this? Like for me, it for sure was.
Okay.
Because I had a scholarship.
Okay.
And it wasn't like I was a straight A student. I was the total opposite. I never did homework ever throughout high school. I was like, if I did something in school and it got done, then I would hand it in.
Average.
If I didn't get it done, I would hand it in undone, like unfinished. Like I was like, I'm not about to go do homework. And I only had my mom at that time, like in my life.
Yeah.
So I was like, she was busy raising 5 kids. She didn't have time to tell me like, you know, sit down and do your homework. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, she would be like, do good in school, but I don't think she had the energy to like really, you know what I'm saying, be there.
So you grew up in a single family household?
Yeah.
I mean, single
yeah,
parent?
when I was like probably like 14, 13
okay.
up. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I would say like that was one thing that I wasn't. It's not like for lack of being smart, because I was actually pretty smart, but I was like, I'm not going to sit around at home and do homework when I could be playing with my friends or when I could be watching a movie or something.
So how did you get a scholarship?
Well, that's the thing. So like, I think it was junior year, people started like talking about college, and I was like, oh shit, like I want to go to college. Right. And I was thinking about it. I was like, dude, I'm not going to get to any good colleges with like my grades. I think I had like 2.6, 2.7 GPA. And like, I was like, man, what do I need to do to, so I asked one of my teachers, I was like, what do I need to do to like get to like a good school? And she's like, well, you need to change your grades. Like you need to do better. And I was like, okay. So I went from 2.6 average GPA to like 3.6 overnight, like next semester or whatever. And I was like, oh snap. So when we had an opportunity to apply for a scholarship, I think they liked that. Okay. I think they liked it because that's on my letters. That's what I wrote. I was like, hey, it was not lack of like, you know, effort. Well, it was lack of effort, but now I fucking, you know, turned it around, and now I'm doing really good. And they're like, oh snap, like he went from like 2.6 to 3.6, 3.7 like overnight.
That's hilarious, bro. Because for me, it was the opposite. Yeah. I had like a 3.8 average freshman and sophomore year. So look, yeah, I was a bad kid in elementary, a little bit of middle school. Then middle school, I started getting serious because I was like, I want to graduate middle school to make my parents proud, right? Yeah, for sure. By high school, I was like, I had literally separated all my away from my friends, my old friends. I had literally just said, I'm focused on school. Okay. Freshman, sophomore year, 3.2, right? Junior year, it's like it's supposed to be your hardest year, right? Yeah. Well, I learned that the hardest year is actually just the first semester. Yeah. So I went ham the first semester, second semester. I said, I'm done with this. Yeah. And then literally just cruised through the rest of my high school years. Yeah. Like, so I went hard the first 2 years, and then I just stopped giving a care about my grades the last 2 years, and I just did anything to get average grades just to pass. Yeah. And I ended up graduating with a 3.2 average GPA. But the fact that you're saying that, like, you know how you turned it around and you proved that you could do it, since I feel like I did the opposite where I was on top and I came back down. Yeah. I never got accepted anywhere. And then two, I didn't want to go to college, but I was only going to college for my parents. So I only went to a community college for like 3 months, bro. And you're like, I need to get that bag. I need to go back to I need to get that bag, right? So I lied to my parents saying that I finished the semester. I was going to college, and I didn't really go. I was actually working in my business. Yeah. Well, at least you're doing something. That's the biggest thing. Like, if it doesn't matter what you're doing, if you like change it, but you're putting effort into it, and you're just not at home like doing nothing, I think you're still making progress. Oh yeah. You're
doing something. And anything, whatever you like.
Yeah, and I would tell my parents like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take my detailing van to school today, and they're like, for what? And I'm like, oh well, I have a detail after. Yeah. But in reality, I was going straight to detailing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I going back to the point, like, was it worth it for me, college? Yeah. Yes, because
I spent $140,000 in college.
Damn. That wasn't yours.
I only had to pay back like $12K because I had scholarships and
Wow.
FAFSA.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Now, if I would have had to pay the full $140,000, nah, it wouldn't have been worth it.
Hell no.
So,
Damn. So it just depends on the situation you're in.
I feel like for the people that go to college, come out making $40,000 a year, $45,000 a year, and they have $80,000, $100,000 in debt. That's crazy.
That's the U.S. government's fault.
At that point, I'm like, it's probably not worth it unless you want to do something that's like really college specific. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
In the medical field. Yeah.
Dude,
Exactly.
I mean, but even that scholarship probably doesn't even exist anymore that you got.
Shout out Bill and Melinda Gates.
Because, damn, yeah. Wow. Yeah,
I didn't
no.
even meet him, but
If
thank
you
you
do
guys.
he's pretty much saying the numbers don't add up. College isn't worth it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Wow.
like I said, if you're going for something that you have to go to school for,
Doctor.
then do it.
Yeah.
If like you want to get just a random degree, just get to work.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Build a business.
Yeah.
Take some risks when you're young.
So what did you go to college for?
I wanted to do business, and I ended up doing econ, which is still
E-commerce,
related.
So,
Econ, so economics.
economic. Okay. And then what did that lead you to? Your first job?
That led me to my first job, which was the banking job. And I actually got that my senior year.
Okay.
I met like the area president of one of the big banks, and he was like, "Do you want a job?" I was like, "Yeah." Shake on it. And he's like, "All right, this is a district manager. He's going to set you up with the manager, and then they'll give you an interview." Wow. Got the job. And from there, when I graduated a year later, I was like, okay, I need to make more money. So I asked for a promotion, and they gave it to me.
Nice.
And so at that point, I was like, I liked the banking job because like I would wear a suit every day. There's coffee made. Like we're going into meetings.
You were that guy.
It looks cool. I'm young, like 20, 22. Like I'm like having a good time. But then like you start to realize what it's really about. And I'm like, man, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
I still stuck to it. 9 years.
Damn.
It's like a decade
And
of my time.
did you start this as a side hustle?
Yeah, exactly. So I did teller at the bank, personal banker, business banker, senior business banker, and then they were like, do you want to become a manager? And I was like, nah, I don't want to babysit people, And it's like the money wasn't that much more, so I was like, it's not worth it. Yeah. And then around that time, I was like, is this going to be a company that I'm going to be with for the rest of my life? And I
Couldn't see yourself there.
I couldn't see myself there. And I was like, from when I started, I told myself, like, if by 5 years you don't know this is a company for the rest of your life, you should quit.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, by 5 years, if you don't know this is a company, because like I've seen it where like people have been there for 20 years and then they quit to go do something that like they're literally starting from the bottom up. Now, if you quit to go to like another bank, like a better position, you're making more money, then that's cool. Yeah. But if you're a personal banker, you've been there for 20 years and you quit to become a personal banker, making the same amount of money at some other bank, like you just wasted 20 years, in my opinion.
Make it make sense.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew after 5 years, I was like, nah, this isn't for me. But then every year when I was trying to quit, they'd be like, hey, a little raise, like a little bit more money. And I was like, shit, like. Yeah.
That's how they get you on with the raises on.
Yeah. They're like, and then position, increase or whatever. And I was like, all right. So then I was like, okay, so why don't I stick to this and then start, my company or businesses on the side and let this take care of the bills and let me just mess around with
on
business.
Your free time.
On my free time. And my first business, you probably don't know this, but my first business was selling, and I should say first business on online.
So e-commerce.
E-commerce. Because I had businesses before. Like in high school, I was doing like the bouncy houses and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was
the party rentals.
I was making money.
Were you doing the chairs, the tables, everything?
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah. I bought some chairs for $1 each on Craigslist. I probably rented them out like 40 times.
Bro, I was gonna
for
say
$1 a piece.
our community rules that industry.
Yeah.
Mostly in LA, bro. You just see the OG like Mexican foods just pulling up in their trucks, pulling out their stuff.
It's
and
just regular people too. It's just people in there.
Well, my girlfriend's family when they host events, they'll call like one of their boys, and the bro pulls up, bro. He puts the tarpa up, and the whole 9 yards.
So I did that in high school and then quit when I went to college because I was like, oh, I'm going to go to college, get an education, and hopefully get a good job. But anyways, like that's when I was at the bank, that's when I started my side businesses, which the first one, I don't think you know this, I started selling on Amazon.
Okay. FDA?
FBA, yes. FBA, and I started selling, like the first product that I launched was papel picado. You know the little, for Cinco de Mayo, the little...
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking ordered like 2,000 of them or something, like packed and back.
You burnt yourself out or what?
Nah, honestly, it was a very seasonal product, so I didn't know that. I just didn't think about it. And when I got it, like sold like crazy, Cinco de Mayo, and then like Dia de los Muertos, and the rest of the year was just slow. And I was like, oh, okay.
You burnt yourself out. You invested too much and ended up...
How much were you left with?
Well, I sold most of it, and I probably broke even, so I didn't like lose a lot of money.
Okay.
And then that led me to my next thing, which was the sarape blankets.
Okay.
You know, the ones like the beach blankets, that
Yeah.
like Mexican stuff. I thought that was a good product, and there was a couple guys selling like $100K a month. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do it better.
That's right.
But I burned myself out on that one because I had to buy 20,000 blankets for them to put my logo and my tags on the blankets. They wanted 20,000, like at $5 a piece.
A minimum. They wanted a minimum.
At $5 a piece.
Yeah, that's expensive.
That's 100,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do that. So they're like, okay, we'll just send you regulars without your branded, without your unbranded, basically. And I was like, okay, cool. So I'll take 300. So I bought 300 and I sold them. But I literally, me and my wife had to
Oh man, cut out the logo. What it was.
Cut out the logo, put it on the thing, sew it, like all that.
Plug it. Yeah.
And this is the thing, like we did that 2 days, like 300 blankets, 2 days in a row, like 8 hours a day. Fucking with the little sewing machine.
Yeah.
Right? After that, I was so burnt out because I was working, get home, do that shit, like till midnight. After like 2 days, I was like, I don't even want to know anything about business. Yeah. Right? So I didn't have time to learn like how to advertise on Amazon, how to beat your competitors, how to do better listings, like all that. I was like, forget this. So they sold out, but it took me a long time. And also, when they finally sold out, like I did the math, and because I was paying for PPC, I was like, dude, in like 7 months, I made like $2,000.
What the heck? Profit though.
Profit.
Okay.
So I was like, I sold 23,000. So I was like,
Oh, okay.
I can sell,
I'm not making margin.
I made $2,000, and I probably put in like, I don't know, like 140 hours worth of time over all those months. So I was like, is it really making sense? Like I made $2,000. Like that's nothing. So I had to. I was doing that business when I thought about this. When I thought about Linaje.
Okay.
So I was like, that's not working. Let me try this out.
Now let me ask you something, bro. It seems like you're so tapped in with the raza because it seems like all you sell is for our culture. So why? What's the reasoning behind that?
I understand us, and I thought it was a good opportunity. Like, mind you, I didn't pick like my hobby or like my passion. I looked at
You looked at your surroundings.
At the surroundings, and I was like, what makes sense? And I actually saw an ad for jewelry, and I was like, oh, I remember when me and my brother were like 5 years old, my dad gave us a chain with a big eagle, de oro. I was 5 years old, bro. Like, I didn't know what that meant. But like Mexicans love to buy gold.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for their kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, if people are willing to buy a kid that doesn't understand, doesn't care about this, $1,000, $2,000 chain, like I want to be the one to sell it to them. So that's why I was like, oh, this is actually ingrained in our culture. Like people buy a lot of gold. And like you got to take a look at it. Like back in the day, like if you had money, you had gold. Like my grandma used to wear like a ring in each finger.
I feel like it depends, bro, because at least with my family, I never seen it. Like I never seen gold, bro.
In my family,
yeah,
everybody had gold.
I feel like it depends where you, the region you're from, maybe.
If you are probably more financial literate, then they probably have bank accounts and all that.
I was gonna say because my family's like they don't have no gold, but they have. I mean, they have wealth, but they don't have like they're not showing off their wealth and their.
You lived in a rancho like my mom, like my grandma, my grandpa. Like when you have money, you only can buy like homes, cars, and gold.
Right.
Yeah.
What else?
Land. That's it.
Yeah.
They didn't go to the bank and put $1 million in the bank. Like you just have cash money, gold,
cars,
land. House, and land. That's it.
Now I see what you mean.
So like that's why I saw a lot of people like wearing gold, and I was like, yo, I gotta tap into it. And also the opportunity was good because like since I knew that Mexican people were willing to spend money on gold, I was like, why is nobody doing it online?
Okay.
Like now, mind you, I was doing Amazon, so like my blankets were getting shipped in 2 days, Amazon Prime. I was like, anybody can ship anything right now super quick. So I was like, what about, okay, so I live here, which is a small city. What about the people 30 minutes down the road in a town that's 10,000 people? Like, they don't have any Mexican jewelry stores. They barely have one jewelry store in the entire town.
And that's limited.
And it's going to be limited to, like, white people stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, those people that are there that live in the,
what city are you talking about exactly?
Red Bluff. Like,
okay.
And that's just an example, but any city, any town, like, they got to travel 2 hours to get to Sacramento, right?
Yeah.
So when they want to buy something like for their quinceañeras, for their bautizos, even for themselves, like they got to go 2 hours.
Okay.
Or they could just go to my website, purchase, they'll get it in 3 days.
So that's so funny. You from the beginning, you thought about only like your community. You were just like, okay, like in my area, like there's nobody here doing it. So it wasn't even like, oh, I want to sell to everybody. It's just like the focus.
He found a niche. He found a niche.
Community though.
Well, my community, but there's like thousands of communities that are the same all over the U.S.
Yeah.
So
because you see Middle Easterns do kind of the same thing. You see, I feel like you said, when you're not financially literate on, like you could say, the system, right? You're gonna buy gold. You're gonna buy sound money. You're gonna buy God's money, right? That's what people consider God's money and sound money.
Yeah.
Sound money because literally you clink to gold, it makes noise, right? So that's sound money. God's money because it comes from the earth. It's natural. It's not gonna go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And you're right. I feel like because I was gonna say my family, I was thinking about it. And I was like, yeah, well, my Nino's like a financial broker, or he was a financial broker. Like, it makes more sense on what you mean. Like when you have when you're literate on the system, you're gonna use the system.
Yeah, and when you're not, you're gonna use other methods. Like,
you're gonna use hard assets, hard commodities.
Exactly.
Like you said, land, cars. I mean, even though cars devalue, right? But stuff like that.
But everybody needs a car. So people, and back in the day, like everybody wanted a nice truck too.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Even nowadays.
Yeah. So when you first started this, bro, I mean, you thought of the reason why you were gonna start. You thought about the community. That's pretty much what they say. Find a niche, learn about that niche, and then dominate that niche, right?
Yep.
Now, let me ask you about this presentation, right? Because this is actually really nice. You could have been like any other Mexican jeweler, right? Gave me a regular little box, little suede box, and nothing crazy, nothing special. But you went above and beyond, put your name on it. Not only that, but when you slide it down, then you see the piece. Look at this beautiful piece.
We got the rings and the different type of boxes for the chains too.
Okay. Yeah. So what made you go with this presentation? Like, why'd you want to be so different compared to maybe your competitors?
Well, I mean, presentation means a lot.
Okay.
So, and the thing is, like, I already knew how to negotiate. Like, these boxes are made in China.
Okay.
Like, most stuff and packaging is made in China anyways. So because I already knew the Amazon game, I was already talking to people from China, and I already knew how to source all this. Like, I could literally get you anything made. Like, you want a sign made? I can get it made in China for 1/5 of the cost that it costs here.
Do you use Alibaba?
For a lot of things, yeah.
Okay.
So, like, I already knew how to talk to people, and I was like, why not? I want to give my customers something quality. Why not go with a good presentation? And also, like, the more people see your brand, the more they're going to be, drawn to it.
Speaking of that, I mean, you see the hat, the MP logo. You go around San Pedro, they might not know who I am, but like
they've seen it.
They know who it is because
Yeah.
he gave a hat to one of his friends, and he said that like about a handful of people went up to him like, "Hey, I know that logo."
Yeah.
But anyways, man,
that's what it is. And Linaje too.
what does Linaje mean to you?
Lineage, right?
Okay.
So I'm looking at it like, so this is for Mexican people, for our people. And, Linaje, I feel like everybody's got good linaje. You should be proud of where you come from.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, this is for our people. I want to make sure that everybody knows you could have good linaje. It doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, you have to come from a king or like high society or anything like that. Linaje could be anybody.
Yeah.
It could be like, are you proud of your family? Are you proud of your roots?
And as
That's
Mexicans, we're proud of it.
Oh, we're proud.
Our last name, bro. We'll rep our last name like a gang, bro.
It was either Linaje or Herencia, but Herencia, I was like, no, there's already a company called Herencia Clothing, and I was like, I kind of didn't like the name for this.
Okay.
But I wanted something that would signify like that. You know what I'm saying?
So is the Mexican American market and the Mexican market two different markets?
I think they kind of mix. But yeah, you could say it's a little bit different because a lot of people here in the States are going to be more drawn to like the Cubans, the hip hop style stuff. A lot of people in Mexico, they like the Figaros, they like the Centenarios, they like the big Eagles, things like that. Here, people like more diamonds too because they see all the rappers and stuff. But it's kind of like a mix.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
So, but do you have the best of both worlds when it comes down to it?
I try to have a little bit of both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do feel like you hit like raza from Mexico because you speak you le hablan en español, and not only that, but you're so welcoming. You're always like, oh, ¿qué onda, mi raza? Saludos, stuff like that. I mean, dude, that's what I hear from my uncle. You know what I'm saying? And you being so friendly, I feel like it's easier for you to get more of the Mexicans just, cuánto compa, cuánto por el anillo, está chulo,
So people buy from people. And that's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, if people like me, they're going to buy from me. If people don't like me, they're going to be like,
so
who's this guy?
So when you first started, I'm pretty sure you started with a couple clients. Did those clients just word of mouth you? Boom.
I honestly started just social media. Like posting. I give a lot of credit to TikTok, bro. Because, like, TikTok, like, when I started, like, TikTok, my wife's the one that got me to start, right? She was like, you need to do TikTok. I was like, that's for kids. Like, that's for kids.
I'm laughing.
And I was like, nah, Instagram is where it's at.
Yeah.
But Instagram has been tapped out for a while. Like, it's just harder to grow and all that, right?
Possible, man, yeah.
But TikTok was, when I started, what Instagram was like 8-10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you started a while ago. That's right.
Yeah. So I remember one day, like, I made one video, sucked, didn't get no traction. Another video, sucked, nothing. And then I was like, I'm going to put some time and effort into this next video. Like, I spent an hour editing the video, like, going, like, above and beyond, smoke screen, this and that, sound, everything. Fucking failed.
Oh, failed?
Failed.
Yeah.
And then And then, this is the beauty of TikTok. One day I'm at work, and because I was at the bank at that point, and during my lunch I went to pick up some rings that somebody had ordered for me, right? And I got this ring that like looks really nice, Sankuda's ring.
Yeah.
And then I grab it. I'm on my desk right in front of my computer. I grab it, take out my phone. I make a quick video, 5 seconds. Didn't think nothing of it. Like literally just 5 seconds. Put some music. Sankuda. I put a song.
Yeah.
De Sankudas. Because I was like, people are going to see that. People are going to see Sankudas, the ring.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Right? It would probably touch their feelings. Like if they really believe in Sankuditas, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't think anything of it. It's a 5-second video. 500,000 views.
Damn.
Overnight. Yeah. And guess what? My website, $3,000 in sales in like 24 hours. I was like, what? I was like, that's crazy. That was, at that point, I was like, probably like 4 or 5 months into my
jewelry
business. I was like, what? Like, if I could sell 3,000 in one day, if I could do this consistently, like that's like 90,000 a month.
Hell yeah.
Shit, I'll quit the bank.
You know, it's funny, bro. We're laughing at TikTok because I'm like anti-TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Just because of their policy, stuff like that. But I, for a long time, didn't have TikTok at all. I thought the same thing, childish. My girlfriend would always be sending me TikToks. It got to the point where I just downloaded it. Had a little TikTok for like a couple months. I actually posted and stuff. And then after that, I was done with it. And then Adrian's always on my ass like, bro, we got to get a TikTok. We got to be on TikTok. I'm like, bro, I don't want that. I don't want it on my phone. I just don't want it on my phone, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, you run that account. But it's funny. I've been anti it, and he's been like, no, bro, like, trust me.
You waste a lot of time if you're on TikTok, like, actually consuming content. But it's important that you consume the content so you know what people like.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah,
you know
have
what I'm
to
saying?
know, because if not, just like you said, like, in your first video, at first you probably didn't do too much. But in the second one, you went above and beyond, and it still didn't do anything. And sometimes it's not about all the effects. It's not about everything you add.
And we also talked about the algorithm in TikTok and how he was saying that he'll get hooked, and next thing he knows, he's been on it for a whole hour.
I'm in the bathroom and I'm sitting there for like 30 minutes. You're like, what happened?
Watching conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
It's like, what happens to the time?
Yeah. Flat Earth kind of stuff. Like.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
well, that's what you get, you know.
Is that what you watch, bro?
Is that what pops up in your feed?
Juan's a flat earther, bro.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that's why I think TikTok has the best system, best algorithm. They give you it's like a drug. They know exactly what you want, and it's almost like every time they can just get you with it.
I think like every social media platform goes through this phase where like they just want eyeballs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eyeballs. So they're gonna put your content, if it's like good content, doesn't mean it has to be like good production.
Yeah.
If it's just like attracts people, they're gonna put it in front of people. Mm-hmm. It's not till later on in their lifespan where they start like toning it down to give priority to advertisers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
He's right.
Because now, like, I don't have to pay for advertisement.
Yeah.
Because I get a lot of exposure anyways.
Yep.
By itself. Yeah.
Now, I do pay for advertisements on TikTok, but, like, I don't have to. I get a lot of engagement by itself.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. But once TikTok grows so big, they're going to start toning it down. They're going to be like, all right, you need to pay now for your views.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's what Instagram did.
I was early to the curb on the detailing side of Instagram, 2017. All I would do, bro, was post every car I did. Just take a picture of it, post it. Obviously, copy and paste with the same caption, bro. Same caption all the time, same hashtags, everything. Take a picture, copy and paste. Take a picture, copy and paste. Yeah. Take a picture, copy and paste. And at that time, I feel like I was really in front of it when it came to detailing, because you could look up a lot of detailers. They had 1 or 2 pictures.
Just not consistent.
I was consistent every single day, and I was only 17, 18. Just every day, and I blew up, right? It got me to like, I mean, obviously when it comes to detailing, it's a little different, right? Jewelry, people want to see that all the time. I got like 2K followers. I don't follow anybody back. And I just remember like, people would be like, oh, we love your, like, have we seen you on Instagram? We like your content. And obviously other detailers started copying it, which brought the competition up. Now, remember, every reel would do 2K, 3K, 4K views. Now you post it a couple hundred, you know, and it's the same thing. I came to realize that the same thing that you said, that like at first when you're early to the curb, they're gonna be pushing it. Once people catch on to that and they start doing that, they're gonna be like, yep, too many people doing that. Yeah, who got the money?
Yeah, who wants the views? Who wants to pay?
At the end of the day, bro, they're a business.
It's a business.
They
gotta make money.
Exactly, and in business, it's a cold world, man. You know.
So what they're doing right now is just, well, at least TikTok. They're getting everybody to jump on TikTok, and then later on they start charging. It's the same thing that Facebook did, same thing that Instagram did.
It's so funny because now
hashtags on Instagram used to work.
Yeah, dude, it used to be the biggest thing.
Well, it's funny because I actually would download an app, and shout out to my boy Jose, because I know you know Jose. Shout out to boy Jose, because he used to always be like, hey bro, use this app, and like every now and then he'll throw me a bone like, hey bro, you should do this, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, look, there's this app and it will help you with this and that. Yeah, no, Jose. And then it's funny because he's same thing with him. He's like, bro, you gotta be on TikTok, bro. Like he told me that too, and he was like with me, bro, like look, you post a little dumb video like this, and he explained the whole thing. He's like, you post a little dumb video like this, look, we got over 1 million views. He's like, and all I did was take a video of my dog. I was like, what the hell?
It's crazy.
It's funny that you bring that up because now recently TikTok has expanded their product page. I don't know if you've seen it. They have like now a whole tab just for products. And now when you're scrolling through TikTok, it's like you get a lot more videos like, oh, click over to the product tab. Let's go over to the product tab. So now it does seem like
that's the next big thing. Yeah. That's the next big thing. I've been looking into it already.
Just are you selling on TikTok now?
Not yet. Okay. But I'm basically doing research right now to figure out what's the best strategy because I want to do it.
So you're doing it for sure, though?
Yeah. Well, they invited me. They send you emails like,
oh, yeah, like, hey, get on.
Did you
get on?
Are you looking into YouTube Shorts?
Yeah. My wife's been doing it, and she was like, for a long time. That's why I set up my office. I bought a camera, microphone, and all that, but I just haven't done it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's a big
it's time consuming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now going to the jewelry business, you know, this ring is beautiful and all, but I could go get one at Macy's. I could go get one, you know, from corporate companies, right? Why should I? Why are they so much expensive than you? Because I feel like this ring somewhere else could cost me. I don't know how much this costs, right?
Yeah.
But I would assume.
Little diamonds.
I can tell
you, if you got some money right now, I can tell you how much it costs.
Oh yeah, you got some diamonds. You got the beautiful 14. Is it 14K? Looks like 14K.
Yeah, that one's 14K.
Okay, 14K gold. I would say something like this at like a Macy's or something without obviously the customization. They're probably gonna ask like 3 to 4K.
So that's one thing that a lot of people don't know about the jewelry industry. Like the markups are pretty insane. Like. I don't know if I was talking to you about this. Yeah. Like if you go to Macy's, they have a yearly sale that's like 90% off.
Yeah. I see it all the time.
Yeah. 80% off. Yeah. Like, how could they be giving you 80% off? That's because they mark their stuff 7, 8, 10 times. So if they pay 100 for it, they want 1,000 for it. And then when you get 80% off, you're like, oh my God, I'm getting a discount.
Yep.
Well, they're still getting $200 for that $1,000 item that they only paid 100 for.
Yeah, and it's funny because I mean, I know about diamonds, but can you tell people like the difference in diamonds? You know, for example, like this is just natural diamonds, right?
Natural diamonds, yep.
And what would be the grade on these diamonds right here?
So those are SI.
Okay.
A lot of the hip hop jewelry ones, like you're gonna go SI, sometimes VS, but you don't really get into the VVS until you start making like big custom pieces.
Okay. Now. Yeah. Okay, so when it comes to little stuff like this, they usually go with SI.
Yeah.
Okay,
most of the rapper stuff like it's SI.
Okay, yeah. But it shines just the same.
Yeah, I mean you're looking at it from over here, like it shines a lot.
Okay, but when you go close, you can see the imperfections.
When you go close, then you're gonna be like, okay, I see one diamond here that's a little bit cloudy. I see one that's got a couple inclusions. Like,
okay.
But nobody's gonna be looking at your ring.
No, of course.
So that's what it is. But
okay, but that's what I'm saying. This is the type of quality you would get at Macy's. They're not gonna sell you the top of the top, and then they're gonna say 90%, right?
Yeah, I mean it depends because, like, for example, if you're going to engagement rings, right, the quality means a lot because nobody wants to have a cloudy engagement ring.
Yeah,
because it's typically bigger stones. With little stones, can't really tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? So
it just depends on what you're looking for, huh?
Depends on what you're looking for, yeah, for sure.
Wow. So there's a lot. These corporate ones, 10, 20. I mean, you said 7 to 10x.
Yep. That's the corporate ones. Industry standard is 3x.
Wow.
So like if you go to any like regular jewelry store, they're probably gonna, if they paid $100 for the item, they're gonna sell it for $300.
Oh my God. Okay.
3 to 4x.
Well, I mean that makes more sense because you know they gotta make their money on top of it and stuff like that. But I mean 10x though. Why do you believe corporate does that? Just to have blowout sales like that? Just
to have blowout sales, but every once in a while they'll get somebody that goes in there and buys something at 9x what it really should go for.
Wow.
Or not what it should go for, but what they bought it for. Probably 3x what it normally would be sold in some other store for. And that makes up for the lack of sales, right? So if this company sold, 3 of those items because they have it for 300, and this company sold one but for 1,000,
they made the same amount of money.
They made the same amount of money, and it's also less work for the company that only sold one because you only have to deal with one customer.
That's right, man.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if you want to slow down your sales but make more profit, then you increase price.
Now, if I wanted to start a jewelry business tomorrow, bro, where can I find myself a good supplier for a custom ring for a beautiful Cuban link? Man,
so this is the thing. There's so many suppliers. Like, I deal with people from India, Mexico. A huge portion of my business is LA Jewelry District. You could pretty much go to any jewelry district in any major city. New York, LA, even certain cities in Texas, Atlanta to Georgia. But the thing is, to have the jewelry that I have, because I have, some Mexican style, some like standard, chains and things like that, and then also some hip hop style jewelry. You can't just get it from one vendor. You have to have like 10, 15 different vendors.
Right, yeah.
So I would say go to where most of the vendors are, which are big jewelry districts like LA, New York.
Any special permit I need that, because I feel like maybe they might not want to talk to me. They're like, hey, dude, you're some guy off the street. What's going on with you, man?
If you deal with like the reputable companies, there's forms you got to fill out. You got to send them your business license, reseller's permit, things like that. So, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So just like any other retail business.
Yeah, but if you go to any jewelry trade show, you can find a lot of vendors there because everybody's there trying to sell.
Gotcha.
So I go to JCK. Me and my wife go to JCK every year. Well, since we started.
That's an event?
What is that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big event. It's the biggest event for jewelry on the West Coast and really probably in the U.S.
Can a normal person go there and get hooked up or something?
You got to register too, but it's not that hard to register.
Okay.
You got to register. They ask you to have business cards, all that,
Sure.
For us, it's easier because we've already been registered. Every year they just, they're like, have you been to JCK before? We're like, yes. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But like the first year, like you had to business license, email, business cards, all that.
Yeah, because they want only, professionals that can be.
Exactly. They want professionals. And plus, there's a lot of money in those buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want some person
Just
stealing.
random people, coming in.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of security, but there's thousands of vendors there.
Yeah.
So there you meet people from the industry. Like, you meet, like, a lot of people that are in banking that will finance jewelry. A lot of people that have cameras for jewelry product, photography. A lot of jewelers. A lot of people that sell silver only. A lot of people that sell gemstones only. A lot of people like anything
you meet
related.
Everything.
The whole industry's there.
Wow.
Like wax making machines, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like anything. You can buy it there.
Let's take a little break, bro. I gotta use the restroom. I've been wanting to use the restroom for a while. So, bro, when it comes to jewelry business and online e-commerce, is there a lot of competition, or is it just like really just you in this industry when it comes to online?
No, online, there's crazy. Like the jewelry industry in general is huge.
Okay.
Huge. So there's a ton of competition. But like when it comes to like my niche, which is like Mexican style, there's still some big competition out there. Like not as much as there should be. That's why I picked this niche.
I think I have one. In mind. I'm not gonna name them, but I know one that I remember when I was getting into trying to buy jewelry. He would always come up. He'd always be coming up. He's a youngster. He's a youngster. You know, we're not gonna name names, but
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. And like I said, like there are some things other jewelers do that I'm like, I wouldn't do it, but I get why they do it. It's their business. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, because they're looking more for margin, and you're looking more for like a quality, right? Because that's what I see here.
Relationship for me. Relationship. Like I wanna have a relationship with my clients, but at the end of the day, like shout out to anybody doing anything good in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like there used to be when I first started, right? I was like, I want to see who my competition is. So I was looking for anybody that was doing remotely close to what I was trying to do. And of course, I found, you know, some of the guys that you're probably thinking of.
Yeah.
And I also found a guy that I believe he passed recently, but he was doing like some dope, like Mexican style pieces. And I bought and resold a couple of his things.
So in the industry, you also work with people.
You can. Like at that point, I didn't know where I could get some of the pieces that he had. So I was like, yo, like I could go ahead and sell that. Let me just buy it off this guy. And I bought it and then I resold it and people liked it. Yeah. And so then like by going to the trade shows and meeting people and like asking people like, where do you buy your stuff from? You know, I started to figure out like, oh, these are the people that he gets that from, and these are the people that he gets the other stuff from. And like, you know, you kind of find these vendors and these manufacturers like that. But like there was only a couple big players in my niche, and he was one of them. So big shout out to him, you know, RIP. I don't really know what happened. I just saw that they posted.
Wow.
On
he's gone. He's done.
They posted on social media that he had passed.
Wow.
So, you know, big shout out to him.
You want to name him, drop him?
I don't know him like personally,
but
okay. You know, like I said, RIP. I bought some stuff from him. He was a good guy from, you know,
from the relationship you guys had and stuff. So, but yeah. I'm saying, bro, because the thing is that I feel like when it comes to like Mexican pieces, you get a lot of gold plated sometimes. You get a lot of things that might not be the purest quality, the best quality. But one thing that I noticed when you brought me these pieces, you know, before we started this podcast, you're like, hey, man, I brought this. Check it out. There's quality, bro. Like, I guess, like, this is a beautiful ring. This is a beautiful piece. It might be SI diamonds, might be whatever it may be, but it's such a beautiful piece on its own because of the quality. Same thing with your Cuban link. It's solid. You can feel just the weight on it. Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah. And it's funny because it doesn't look heavy.
Nah.
Right? A lot of people would assume this might be hollow. You know, a lot of people could assume that just by the base of it because you're like, oh, it's thin, it's not that heavy, but you hold it right here and you're like, damn, this there's weight.
So
right? So why do some? My question would be, why would some jewelers kind of want to sell you the hollow stuff, the less quality stuff, and why do you focus on more of the heavy, you know, more valuable stuff?
Well, the way I look at it. Because, like, when I first got started, I was doing gold-plated stuff, too. Like, I bought some stuff that was real gold and some stuff that was gold-plated, like silver, like cheap, like not even – some of it wasn't even silver. It was just, like, probably like brass, gold-plated, like trash. Yeah. And then I thought about it, and I was like, man, I don't want to sell this. Like, I wouldn't wear this. So I said, forget that. I'm not selling anything I wouldn't wear. So when you look at my silver rings, I don't really wear silver. But when you look at my silver rings, I would rock them. They're good quality. They're like really good quality. The silver chains I get, same situation. I would rock them. Now, I kind of focus on the gold right now, but there's a big market for silver stuff too. So I'm going to be doing that. And kind of like blowing that portion of my business up.
Plata,
yep. But I just told myself, like, I'm not going to sell anything I wouldn't wear myself. Like, I wouldn't rock myself.
Hell yeah.
So, like, even some of my gold-plated stuff that's, like, solid silver with high-quality gold plating, I would rock it. Like, that's stuff that, like, you can shower with, no issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to take years before that, like, thick gold plating fades.
Right. Like,
and if you wear a chain for like 3-4 years, it's time to upgrade anyways.
You got to come back for another.
Nah, man. The best thing to do is have them melt it down and create what you want to create, right?
You could. You could.
Because, I mean, if you have a lot of pieces and it's time to upgrade, give those pieces back, have them melt it down, you know, get yourself a heavier piece.
There's also a lot of sentimental value, though. So
True.
some people, like, don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to get rid of, like, the pendant that their dad gave them. True. Or, like, their first chain, even though it was a piece of crap, like, hollow, like, 10K.
Yeah.
Hell no. I'll be like, nah, I need you to melt that down. So that way when that person that I see that gifted to me, I'm like, yo, because of you, I got to upgrade.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can see it both ways, right?
It depends on how you see it.
Yeah.
Like, there's some people that are like, can you fix my chain that I've had since I was a kid? And I look at it and I'm like, yo, this is like really bad quality, but I get why you want to fix it.
Yeah.
So I fix it.
So you actually fix
Yeah, I have a shop where, you know, I got people that do that kind of stuff for me.
Okay. Now, where do you see in your business in the next 5 years, bro?
$1 million, baby.
Okay, you ain't stopping. All gas, no brakes.
We gotta go all the way. So we're gonna get 2024. We're gonna have for sure $1 million in sales.
For sure. Why are you so confident?
Because I know the potential, and I know the things that I got to do to get there, and it's just a matter of putting in the time and the effort, and that's what a lot of people don't want to do.
That's right.
So
that's right, bro. Oh, yeah, exactly. Don't be a little bitch. Just get that shit done and continue going, bro. Keep grinding.
And part of that process is like making sure that we're doing YouTube and shorts. Right, man. Putting content out there every day, having a schedule like every day, because it's hard when you're an entrepreneur doing your own thing. It's hard because like I could be like just chilling at home one day and be like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. Or I could be like, oh, I got to go do this other important thing. It's like, nah, you basically got to work harder than when you were an employee.
Yeah, 10 times harder.
So, and you got to be on a schedule, and you can't be like, oh, I got to go, you know, visit my mom because she's here in town right now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're busy working, sometimes you're going to have to be like, Mom, I can't go.
Exactly.
But I'll make some time in the future when I'm not as busy to go visit you.
It's like when, you know.
You just have to have a schedule.
I've always had schedules, bro. I remember, you know, when I was like really like just grinding. I've always had schedules, and people wouldn't understand that. Like, you can't call me last minute. I'm not gonna show the fuck up. Like you call me, hey bro, we're doing this right now. Come through. Yeah, sorry, I don't care. Bro, like, I don't understand, like people used to get mad at that, like, oh, you never want to come with things. I'm like, no, it's because you tell me last minute, and I'm on a schedule. By this time I'm doing this time I'm doing that, this time I'm doing this, now I'm at home, and when I'm at home, I just want to enjoy me time. Like, I just want to be relaxed.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of people don't understand, right, when you're busy like us, and you're running a successful business, you are on a schedule, you know your times, you know how far things are, you know. Like, your life is literally almost scripted, right? Yep. And the thing about it, too, is that we grow into this sense of control to where if something doesn't go our way, we kind of get mad.
Yeah.
You know, and we start stressing out about it.
Well, that's one thing that I need to become better at.
Me
actually, too. You know, well, I was going to say the scheduling portion of it. I know you're probably on a tight schedule.
Yeah.
Like me, I gave myself a lot of free time, a lot of room to play with. Like, okay, I'll do this later, I'll do this now. But I realized that, like, if you don't have set times for certain things,
yep,
you keep pushing them back.
Yep.
And so things that should have got done a week ago, I'm barely doing now.
Yep.
And it's like, nah, you got to be on that schedule, and you got to prioritize and just set up a plan. Like, set up a plan of what things you need to do. When do you need to get them done by? And
don't procrastinate.
Yeah.
Yep. And like I said, bro, normal people, and I'm not saying normal because they're normal, right? We're so special. No, I'm saying special. Like people that work 9 to 5s, people that are employees, they wouldn't understand that, right? Because when you have to say no, or when you can't make it, or when you're like, they're like, wow, you're a dick or whatever. It's like, no, bro. It's like, I manage my money, bro. If I don't do this, I don't get paid. If I don't do this, I don't get. You just clock in, get your little guaranteed wage, and then you're out. It's like,
yeah,
you know, I understand that the conflict that comes with it, but it's like the same way you want me to understand you, you need to understand me.
Yeah, and I need to get better at saying no to people because people be calling me at the last minute, and sometimes I'm like, I feel bad, and I'm like, all right, I'll go.
Nah, bro, I'm cold blooded, bro. I'm like, nah. I'll be like, yeah, all right, and then I don't show up.
And be like, yeah, let me try it. I'll
let you know. I'll let you know in an hour, and then obviously
never
I
pick
don't.
up the phone.
Yeah. I mean, bro, but I mean, I like at least, you know, that was like the first couple of years. I've been doing this for 5 years now, bro. People don't even call me because they know they're like Mario's.
They know what time it is.
They know what time it is. They know I'm grinding. And dude, the first question when I see some people I haven't seen in a while is like, "Oh, you finally took a day off?" Like, did you try being sarcastic? I'm like, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah.
You know, and I tell them, like,
and
yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, bro. And then I always get the, you know, mostly in nuestra comunidad, it's always, no te matas con el trabajo no es todo, el dinero no es todo, necesitas disfrutar la vida. I've heard it from millions of people, million people. I've heard it from everyone, you know, any older raza is going to tell me that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, cool. But I'm like, I tell them, like, to me, it's get rich or die trying. If I die tomorrow, I don't care if I worked every day and I didn't go to Six Flags, I didn't go drink, I didn't go do this and that. I'm going to die happy because I was doing something that I thought would...
That you wanted to do at the end of the day. So the way I look at it is you, like, everybody thinks, like, oh, you're always working, you're stressed out, you're this and that. And yes, running your own company can be stressful. Because at the end of the day, you don't have no playbook like when you're working. When you work for a company, they have like a guide that gets you through that day, like SOPs, standard operating procedures, right? So if you need to go to the bathroom, they'll tell you when you can go to the bathroom, what time, this and that, right? They literally have a book, or like nowadays digital, right, on how to do everything, which can be a good thing to keep people organized. But when you're an entrepreneur, you don't have that. You got to make it on your own.
You got to create your own schedule.
You got to create your own schedule.
Your own program, everything.
And so the point that I was trying to make is, yes, it can be stressful because you don't know how to make that book. You don't know how to make those standard operating procedures.
Or there's things that get in the way of you executing.
You do it. You figured it out. But then at the end of the day, yes, you're going to get stressed out sometimes, but you also are going to enjoy the hustle sometimes.
I love it. I'm addicted to it.
So it's like I remember when I was still working at the bank, right? And I had to come home and like work on Linaje. And one day I was fixing my office and I got home like at, 5:30, whatever. I had dinner with my wife. I was like, yo, I got to do some things in the office. I got to kind of set it up and this and that. I didn't stop till like 11, right? And I had probably been up at like 6:30, 7, right? So I basically worked all day. And by the time I was done, I was like tired. But when I was doing it, I was happy.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was like, by the time I got done at like 11, I was like, oh, my back kind of hurts. I've been up all day. I've been doing this and that. But like while I was doing it, it was cool.
Yeah. Not only that, it's like me, bro. It's like I wake up so early, bro. I wake up like 4 or 5 in the morning every morning. My girlfriend hates it. It's like we're looking at it right now. She's like, yeah.
Yep. Like he wakes me up every morning.
Yeah, I'm up early, bro, and it's funny because I don't go to sleep that early. Well, sometimes I do. I try to. And by 9, I'm like trying to be out, but there's times where I'm up early because I'm like focused on something or I'm thinking about something, and it's like it's like I got to do this for my business, or I think I wasn't able to do this today. Damn, like I'm beating myself up over it.
Yeah.
A little bit more on the mindset things, when you're running your business and, you have things you got to do and you're not doing them and you're stressing. What do you do to combat that stress? What like, how do you manage your business, bumps, bro? Because, it's a roller coaster. We go up and down, up and down, up and down.
So there's different ways that you can go ahead and kind of manage that. Like one of the things that we were just talking about was like, enjoy the moment, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that like you have to be aware of your surroundings and aware of yourself. And sometimes like if you're like stressed out, you're like, just take a little break, 5-10 minutes, and think about the good things of what you're doing. It could be stressful. It could be like, dude, I have to pack fucking 10 orders. I got to get him over here. I got 20 people to go ahead and respond to on social media, whatever. I got to call my email marketing guy to send email, whatever it is. But you take a break and you're like, okay, what are the good things about it? Well, I enjoy talking to my clients. Well then, okay, so it doesn't become like, these clients are bugging me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, no, they're like,
that's money.
My friends, they're like my money, they like me.
Yeah.
I got to go serve them.
Yep.
And you kind of switch the mindset to like, this is fun, or this is cool, or I've had good relationship. Like some of my clients are good friends. Like they hit me up.
Dude, I have clients that like invite me to their baby showers, that invite me to their little family events.
Shout out to my boy Chris from La Michoacana. That's for him.
Oh, he owns Michoacanas.
Yeah, I met him selling jewelry to him, and now like we've partied together. We went to the Peso Pluma concert together.
Oh shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. It's the same thing with me, bro. I've had clients for like the past 5 years. There's one in particular. His name is Ivan. Shout out my boy Ivan, man. He invited us. Shout out Ivan. He invited us to his. He's from Michoacan too.
Nice.
Actually, he does HVAC.
Tell him where to buy gold now.
Actually, he buys a lot of gold. He has a San Judas piece with black diamonds on it. Beautiful, bro. Actually, I'll recommend him to you too. That guy, bro, loyal, bro. Literally, he literally knew me when I was 18. Was my first white van. You know, I know his parents. I know his siblings. I know his nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
You know, I know his dog. You know, it's gotten to that point. You know, and it's what I'm saying is like you grow a relationship with your clients, and when they know you as a person, they don't just support the business, but they support you.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. And you know, this is a quote that says too that a random stranger will become your a client of your business than your friend, right?
Yeah,
and then,
sure.
And then
it's
when he becomes a client, then he becomes a friend.
98% of my clients are people I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like my family and friends, now they hit me up because they know like now I'm the jewelry guy, right? But when I first started, like I didn't want to sell to any of my family and friends. I was like, I want to really create a business. If you just focus on your people around you, that's as big as your business is going to get.
Not only that, but if you get a lot of negative comments, you get a lot of bullshit.
It kind of hurts you.
Yes.
You know? Yes. So I was like, I want to, you know, make a real business. So I need to do business with people I don't know.
Dude, I can tell you right now, for my detailing business, anyone that's blood related to me has booked, handful.
Yeah.
I could count it on probably 3.
Yeah, not now.
And I'm talking about once in a while. Like, I'm talking about consistent.
Yeah. Right? Now a lot of my family does hit me up. Like, a lot of my, big shout out to my compa Jay. He's up in Washington. He married my prima. He married my cousin. And, you know, they buy a lot of gold from me.
Well, shoot.
Anytime they need something, like the other day, he was like, yo, it's your prima's birthday is coming up. Like, I need something like, I'm gonna put his business out there, but he's like, I need something last minute.
Damn, bro, your prima's going to hate you, my boy.
I was like, I got you, bro.
Bro, they're sitting next to each other right now, and she just looked at him.
She was like, oh.
I was like, I got you. Got him the piece in like 2 days. Done, happy.
Hell yeah. Well, shoot, if you know any entrepreneurs in Washington, have them send us a DM, man. We're doing a road tour.
Half my family up there, they own painting companies.
Painting?
Yeah, like straight up just.
Oh, pintar.
Yeah,
okay.
Pintar. Painting.
Do they do interior decoration? What, like?
Not just straight up painting, commercial, residential.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And it's a family business. Like
they have multiple. There's like probably like 5, 6, 7 painting companies that I know.
Oh yeah.
That's like my cousins.
Como construcción, pues. Okay. Oh shoot, they're painters. Oh damn. Yeah, no, there's the paint. I think we our community dominates, right? Like anything having to do with construction, almost, huh?
Yeah.
Damn,
I got a cousin that does construction too.
Now, one thing, bro. Hold on.
In and out construction. Shout out to that.
That's what it's called. Now, hold on. You're from Washington. How the hell did you end up in Reading? Such a random place.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna.
We gotta go back a little bit.
I'm gonna answer your question. You were like earlier. You're like, what motivates you in this like small town, bro?
Dude, I was looking around. I'm like, there's like, where's the wealth? I don't see no Lamborghinis. I see no Ferraris, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That goes out the door, right? So then I'm like, okay, let me pretend I lived here. Let me pretend I grew up here.
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't know you didn't grow up here, but I thought you did, right? So I'm like, how does one get motivated to even start a business and try to find success here? Like, I'm looking. I'm like, okay, it's not like there's nice cars for you to be like, oh, I want that car. It's expensive. Let me work towards it. I'm looking at the houses. The houses are nice. I mean, they're modern, they're single family homes and stuff like that. Yeah. But I'm just like, this is just small city. I wouldn't even say town, a small city vibes.
It's a city, yeah.
And sure. I'm like, but, to me, I feel like for you to want wealth, you have to see wealth. And to see wealth, and once you see wealth, you imagine wealth, to want wealth, right? Yeah. So it's like, coming to the city, what made you come here?
Yeah, so I was going to tell you, like, what motivates me, like, believe it or not, at first, it was, I don't know if you know Washington.
I don't at all.
Okay, Western Washington, where I grew up, like Seattle, Tacoma, like all those cities, it rains like 7-8 months out of the year.
I actually heard about that. And then if I'm not mistaken, crossing the mountains or something, it's like clear as day, right?
Yeah. It's like high desert, I think.
Yeah.
But like where I grew up, it rains a lot. So what motivated me? Like literally just having sunshine every morning. I was like, I get it. I was like, what? It's not raining? Shit, I want to do stuff.
We got to get up and do something.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what motivated me. And that's part of the reason why I came over here. Like my grandpa was already living here. And I had some uncles that were already living here. But I was like, I got to try something different. And Washington, like I grew up there from 9 to like 20-something.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to try something different. And I came here in the spring and it was like 85 degrees here in the spring. In summer, it gets super hot. Mm-hmm. But I came and I was like, dude, I love this. I didn't mind the rain when I was growing up over there because that's all I knew. But when you get like a week of sunshine, you're like, bro, this is amazing.
Bro. We're spoiled being from Southern California, bro. We don't get none of. We wish for rain, dog. We want rainy days.
Yeah, so that's what brought me here. Like I wanted to get out of the rain. I met my wife.
She was from here,
and she's not from here, but like her mom lived in Southern California. My mom lives in Washington. I was like, this is kind of in the middle.
Oh, okay.
And my grandpa was living here, and I had uncles here. Mm. So I was like, we're not going somewhere where we're like total strangers. Like we got people around. So that's why I came over here. But like I said, just the fact that like I was getting up like motivated every day just because I saw sunshine. When you're over there, you wake up every day it's rainy.
Damn. Yeah. See, with me it's different, bro. So I'm from San Pedro. And I'm gonna say it like that. We don't say it like that. We say San Pedro, but I'm gonna say San Pedro just because we probably have your audience on here, and they're gonna be like, "Damn, this is no." He's gonna be like, "No sabe, no puede decir San Pedro." Anyways, there's a city called Palos Verdes. That's like your Beverly Hills. You know what I'm saying, of the area. Yeah. You know what I'm saying. You're gonna find ranchos there too, but beautiful ranchos, haciendas, kind of that style with a mansion on it, right? And then you're going to find your mansions on top of the hill. It's all beachfront, you're going to find all that. And with me, it's like, the reason why I assume that, like, it's like, what the hell, like, what's out here? Like, and then not only that, but to continue wanting to pursue more and more, like, you could say financial stability is like, what are you looking out here to do, right?
Yeah.
And over there, it's with me. It's like, I pass by these mansions. I'm like, I want to live there. I pass by those mansions. I see these nice cars. I'm like, I want that car, right? To me, that's what motivates me. But to you, the fact that weather motivated kind of blows my mind, bro. That's the first time I ever heard that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the first. On the podcast.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
yeah. Just waking up every morning and like sun's out, and you're like, it's time to get to work.
And it's funny because I would assume if you want sunny, you take the 5 all the way down. San Diego, San Diego, like But you landed here and then you found your own peace and love here, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, I like this. I bought a house here, so I like this area. At first, like the first 2 years, I was like,
"This ain't it."
I was like, "Nah," because I didn't live here. I lived like the next town over, which is a smaller like town.
Yeah.
Here, at least we got a mall.
Right, yeah.
That time was like 10,000 people. It was like Walmart and like fucking like me and my wife would go out to date night at
Outback.
Applebee's.
Applebee's.
I was like, bro, this place sucks. But like now, you know, we got like a few nice restaurants here and whatnot. But like, I like this place.
Nice.
We didn't buy a house for the first like 3 years. I didn't even think about buying a house because I didn't like it. But then you start to get used to it. Then I moved over here and I was like, this actually is a nice place. Nice. There's a ton of outdoor stuff to do. Yeah. Cost of living for California is not that crazy, but it's still California, so it's still crazy.
And you got taxes.
It's also, there's not a lot of gangs and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
I know.
When you have a family, like, you don't want to be,
dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
the first time, as soon as we get up north, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Up north does not look nothing like LA. Do you know what I'm saying? And I mean, not to talk down on the up north or nothing, but to me, bro, it just looks like trees and open wilderness. And what I think of up north is I think there's some hippies in the mountains growing marijuana. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? It's just what I think. And then I also think about Julio, like Cesar Chavez, you know, the whole like farmer movement and stuff like that. But when I come up here, I'm always like, and I see these like little like pockets of houses and stuff like that off the roads. I'm like, I tell them, I'm like, this is where you come and raise a family. This is where you come. I'm like, you want to get out of LA. You want to be here. You want to be like in these nice, I mean, and obviously I could be judging a book by its cover, right?
Yeah. You got to.
Right. I'm not going to sit here and say that, like, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, that looks like a nice neighborhood and really isn't, right? You could also be confused, right?
Yeah.
But when I come up here, bro, I'm always like, this is where you start a family. This is where you do it.
So where I'm at, like where I bought my house, is kind of like a lot of like I would say probably like middle of the road homes. Like, you know, you got a lot of
middle
like
class,
3-bedroom, 2-bath, you know, just like regular homes. And then a couple of streets, actually one street over, you got the big like 5-bedroom, 4-car garage, like
the plantation style homes is what you're saying?
Well, no, it's actually like new developments and stuff, but it's like that's where I want to move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like getting closer to that.
And you're only a block away.
so like those kind of places, like you could raise a family.
Yeah.
And like, you're not going to be scared of like
nothing going on,
you know,
for them,
like,
influenced and stuff like that.
Like I am in my like house, I've left my car unlocked so many times. Everything's there in the morning. I've done this twice. People are going to think I'm dumb. I left my house keys stuck in my door.
In the ignition? Oh, in the door.
In the door, like to my house. And I just lock it at night. I get home and I'm like, I open the door and I got bags and stuff and I go in there and I leave. In the morning, they're right there.
What the
like, just cold.
I would not. I mean, in LA, you could probably get away with that too. Because, I mean, who's really going to go to your door and check, right? You could debate that.
The keys are this big, bro.
Oh, never mind.
Like a bunch of stuff.
You can see them from a mile away on the door.
Yeah, right. Because if it was just like a key with a couple keys, it could really blend in.
It's
you know,
like my car keys with like everything.
Oh my god,
they're there in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah. Like you go to LA.
Sounds like Dubai.
You go to LA. Like I'll tell you one quick little story. So I lost my grandpa to COVID like 2 years ago. And he was old school Mexican, sombrero, you know.
Ranchero,
traía su pañuelo siempre. And so at his funeral, we all had red bandanas.
No manches.
Right here on the neck, right?
Yeah.
That day, me and my wife, like after the funeral, we had to drive to LA. We were going to go buy more gold. So she's driving, or maybe I'm driving, I don't remember. We left Merced at like 3 p.m. We got to LA probably like 9, 10. I don't, but like late.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I just lost my grandpa. Like everybody loved that guy. Everybody loved him. He was like the most genuine person. Like, you know,
humilde, ranchero. I know
everything.
I know what you're talking about. Traditional, just old school, humble Mexican.
So I'm just sad. I lost my grandpa. I'm not thinking I got a red bandana on my neck.
And you're coming from
100%. Yeah.
We stop at a gas station in LA, somewhere in LA, just to pump gas. I get out of the car and I tell my wife, like, I'm gonna go buy some, some from the store, like waters or something, because we're gonna pull up to our hotel, and I was like, just take some waters and whatnot. Soon as I get out, bro, I walk out, I see two big old black guys looking at me like, and I'm like, oh shit. I got a red bandana around my neck.
And I was going to say, they're even more confused.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then they looked at me and they probably saw the little comb over and they're like, that guy's not a gangster.
You'd be surprised, bro. Wait, you'd be surprised. No. You're surprised.
And I saw him looking at me and I was like, oh shit, whatever. If they say something, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But like, they kind of just kept it pushing. But they looked at me again, like kind of like, they kept walking.
You'd be surprised about the comb over stuff, though.
Soon as they left, I was like, all right, got to take it off. Put it in my pocket because, like, I mean, I don't bang or anything like that. So
it wasn't even something.
But it would have been.
Yeah,
it would have been.
It was just
I'm
my
not gonna
grandpa.
Exactly.
I was gonna say, not even gonna lie to you. It would have been worse if it was our own raza, though.
Oh, they would have pressed me. They would have pressed me.
It would have been different.
And then I would have had to be like, dude, look, I don't bang. Like,
they would literally be like, do you have any tattoos? They'll look at you first.
You think they would have been like, show me proof, like you just lost your grandpa?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But most of the time, bro, like you said, comb overs are kind of a deterrent, but you'd be surprised on some people that have comb overs.
Nah,
you'd be surprised.
There's some gangsters with the nice hairstyles out there.
Yeah, there's fools that look just like us, and you be like, you just think they're normal dudes. In reality, they're not.
Yeah, they're out there doing their thing.
Yeah, man. But anyways, man. Go ahead.
So I was just gonna say, when you want to finish up, like I would like to do something. By the way, this is the first time I'm on like a podcast interview, whatever you want to call it. But I'm big into like the motivational stuff for like the longest part when I was like 22, 23 to like up until like a couple years ago. I was just consuming, like learning. Mm-hmm. So I would like to know like real quick, like 3 or 4 like tips that you could give your audience. And I'll give some that I've learned that I'm like, yo.
That's different. I like this.
This is going to teach, because there's a lot of people that are looking at us how I was looking at other people.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And like when I started my business, I was like, I just want to sell $10,000 a month.
Well, I would say one thing I want to give advice to you, right? Maybe you could take it or leave it. But you're saying you need to do content, you need to do this, you need to do that. You ever thought about building a team?
Yep. How's
that going for you? Are you building it or?
Yeah, so I got somebody that's going to run all my email marketing.
Okay,
all the campaigns. I need to get somebody that's going to edit. Once I start doing YouTube, that's going to edit my YouTube videos. It's going to help me out with that.
We can help you out with that.
So there you go. You're hired.
Well, not me, fool. But I can get you connected, is what I'm saying.
I got you. No, I got you.
I can get your foot in the door, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, and for now, I want to do sales, but at some point, I want to start teaching somebody.
I was going to say, because if you want to make that $1 million, bro, I hope you're not going to make it by yourself.
Nah, I'm thinking 5 to 6 people a team.
Well, there we go. I would say that's my first advice right there. You want to make $1 million, you want to get to the next level. You can make 6 figures by yourself, no biggie. That's no problem. I mean, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be stressful, but you could do it. Yeah. You can do it by yourself. But once you want to hit that 7-figure mark, you want to start pushing it, you need to build a team. Because, like, for example, with this podcast, I tell people all the time, I'm not making money from it. All this is just a hole in my pocket, you could say, right?
Yeah.
I drove up here, wasted a lot of gas, paid for 2 hotel rooms. I don't care. I love what I'm doing, and I know one day it'll pay off. I'll get my fruits, right? They'll come. But one thing I would say is, I made a lot of business mistakes starting new things because I was scared of building a team. I was scared of hiring people. I was scared of giving other people my work, right? Or them not doing the same quality, or them messing something up and it not being my fault. Because as an entrepreneur, I like to be in control. Same thing with my schedule, same thing with my business. I just like to control everything, and I like everything to go my way.
Yep.
Right?
Been there. 3 years ago, that's exactly where it was.
Yeah. So then when for example, when I got my first employee, I finally understood the concept of building a team and how you could leverage a team, right? So if you really make the 6 figures, you start your business, yes, start by yourself. Once your business starts rolling, once you have traction, you need to focus on building a team. I bring up the podcast because, like I said, a lot of failures started because I couldn't grasp that concept, right? And with this, it's different. I have AZ right behind the scenes, right? He's taking care of my audio. He's taking care of my video. He does my editing, right? And we're looking next year to expanding and getting one more person on the team, right? Which would be more on the editing side, right? Which is the guy we would want to connect you to.
For sure.
And the thing is like, yeah. Advice number 1: you make $1 million. Build your business, then build a team, right? And then get into leadership. Right, you need to learn about leadership and stuff like that because as an entrepreneur, you're a leader of a team. You're just like the head coach. You're calling the shots. Now, someone messes up, guess what? It's not their fault. It is your fault, right?
Sure.
So advice number 2 for me would be, right, you want to make $1 million, build your business, then build a team, right? Number 2 would be take self-responsibility even when you weren't responsible.
For sure.
Right.
I like that.
This wasn't done on time. It wasn't on you. Maybe your team wasn't on the same page. Maybe your team isn't motivated. Maybe you got to motivate them. Yeah. Maybe it's a motivational thing. Maybe it's a communication thing. Right? So take self-responsibility. And then I'd say number 3 for me, bro. So build a team, take self-responsibility. Like I always say, just don't be a little bitch and go out there and do it, bro. Don't be scared. Just go do it. Like you want to pursue your fucking dreams? Go fucking take action, bro.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it. I don't care if your mom's talking shit. I don't care if your dad's talking shit. I don't care if your brother's talking shit. If you believe in your gut that it'll work out and that if you put in the work and you're consistent and you're just like you're running off of faith, like I said, do it because one day it'll pay off.
When I quit my job,
yeah,
right, to pursue this full time, my mom was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Like. If things aren't going well for you, get a job.
Yeah. My mom said the same thing. My mom was like, ¿Qué vas a lavar carros toda tu vida? I was like, damn.
I was like, I understand where like, you know, they're coming from. They want
the best.
They want to look out for you.
Yeah.
But they don't understand. They don't see the vision you see.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'd rather like go down to 0 and have to restart again.
That's what I said.
You know what I'm saying? But at least I know I give it a shot than to be in my 9-to-5 cubicle job until I'm 60 or 65.
And regret never taking the chance.
And regret not taking the chance. So that's why I told my mom, I was like, and luckily, like, I'm not even stressing about it because, like, I kind of set myself up so that, like, I would have some leeway financially. I'd have some money.
You did it right. You played your cards right.
But I told myself, worst case scenario, I got to hustle. I got to be on that phone. I got to be talking to people. I got to be doing this and that. And, like, it works.
That's right.
I probably have made more money, you know, since I quit than when I was working the jewelry and my regular job because, like, now I got more time to focus on my job.
So bet on yourself. Simple as that. Just bet on yourself.
Yeah. And I was going to say, going back to the leadership portion of taking accountability, like, that's a great point that you make because I just watched an influencer entrepreneur, kind of like, you know, the gurus online.
Yeah.
And one of them said, like, is it, like, let's say one of your employees messes up. Is it your fault? Not really. But is it your problem? Yes, absolutely. So you got to take ownership of that. So, like, let's say they mess up because they were having a bad day or whatever. I didn't cause that. But it's still my problem because they're representing my company. So I got to go ahead and take charge of that and say, it's our problem now. How do we fix it?
Did you get that from our last podcast?
No.
I had to ask,
bro. What's her... Alex is Hermosi's wife.
Okay. No, the reason why I say that is because we had a guy
named
Alex Reynoso. We just did an interview with him. He's out of Simi Valley, and he said the same exact thing. He's like, "Yeah, if your team's not on the same page, is it really your team's fault, or is it you?" Like, and it goes back to self-responsibility, bro. So that's why when you said I heard that somewhere, I'm like, maybe he was watching our podcast and didn't realize it.
Yeah, no, I think if you start putting the blame on other people, like, you're never gonna get better.
Nah.
So, like, just, you know, it is what it is. go, fix it and move forward. And that's what it is.
Cool.
Now I'm going to give, your viewers some advice. I think the biggest thing, like you said, is taking action. Like I met a lot of multimillionaires working at the bank, like people that had real money.
Old money or like new money?
Both.
Okay.
Both, like people that made crazy money quick, and also the people that, their parents left them 10 million, 20 million. I saw it one time, I saw a $250 million account.
Damn.
Like liquid. Like that's how much they.
What the hell?
That's how much they had. That's how much that person's worth.
Well, people.
That's just
let me make something clear. Yeah, liquid means that they literally have 250 million just sitting in
an account,
just sitting there like cash, not invested, not nothing.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have one bank and that's it?
No. Well, yeah, technically, but I have brokerage accounts. So
okay, so you have multiple institutions. Mm-hmm. I'm sure this dude or woman
way more
had
way
more money.
Dude or woman,
I was gonna say 250 million on one bank account. That means that he probably has the same amount in another bank account, because those rich people
and then
have like 20 institutions.
They got hard assets like real estate. Yeah. I'm sure they got a portfolio of investments.
Damn. So how rich whoever that person is, their family has been in the game for years.
They're older, so they got money.
Damn.
They got money, and I've seen that, and I've talked to multimillionaires. I got the business card, like a super nice. This was back when I was brand new, like business specialist, like 6-7 years ago. I got the business card for a CEO of a company that is publicly traded, and only like a few people had it, because he came to see me. And we were doing like a large wire, and I couldn't approve it, and my manager couldn't approve it, so we had to get like
higher ups. Yeah.
And then he's like, man, I like you. We started talking because I wanted to learn from him. I was like, bro, how the fuck do you get this rich? And we started talking. He was super nice. Yeah, told me how he started. He's like, yeah, I used to own a nightclub, and then fucking got into this, that. And then now I own this huge company, right? And I remember I was like, yo, I can't approve this, and my manager can't approve it, and we got to get the district manager and whatever. It's like, okay, no problem. Here's my business card. Call me when it's done. Because their time is valuable. They're not going to be sitting around, right? He probably had thousands of employees. So he fucking leaves, gives me the card. And then like 30 minutes later, I get everything approved. I call him, like his secretary answers, because, they still got like levels and barriers. And he was like, oh, okay, thank you so much, man. Like, appreciate it. Next time I'll go see you. It's like super humble guy. And I was like, whoa.
You took care of him.
I want to learn how to get to his position. So one of the biggest things that I can give to your viewers in terms of advice is, you got to take action whatever you do. There are people that don't like risks, and there are people that
love risk.
Like, they'll risk whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what I've seen is, like, the people that are prepared, like, they do a lot of research before they start anything. That's me, right? I do a lot of research. However, I feel like sometimes it's better to not do as much research and just take action. You're going to make more mistakes, but you're going to get further ahead.
Because you're going to learn from experience.
The people that can do both, like do some research and then also take massive action, like they're good at both, those are the killers. Those are the real people that like, because there's a lot, like how I used to be when I was like younger. Oh, well, the detailing business is not going to work because there's so much competition. And it's not going to work because, I just found out that there's 3 companies around me. And, it's not going to do. And you kind of like limit yourself.
Mm-hmm. You make up these stories in your mind.
Exactly. So what people got to do is do some research, because you don't want to be the naive guy that, we were talking about this drop shipping. I'm going to make $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, you go do the drop shipping because you take action, and then you realize it's not that easy.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And then you realize, like, okay, if I really want to do this and I really want to get better, what do I need to do?
Yep.
And action.
Because then you have a sense of urgency.
And you do it.
Yep.
And so that's what I would say, like, stop trying to make everything perfect before you start something. Just fucking do it. Just do it and figure it out. Don't be naive, but take action. Action and risk.
Don't be a little bitch.
I remember one time I was about to buy this watch. It was like a $10,000 watch.
Really?
No, Cartier. And
You were scared.
I told my brother, I was like, yo, this is like a $12,000 watch if I resell it, like, real quick. And, like, retailing is like 14. So if I resell it to, like, a reseller, they'll make 2,000. I'll get it off like this. All right? And I could buy it for 10 and sell it for 12. And I was like, should I do it? You know, I'm like scared. I'm like, dude, people that take action, they're like, the numbers make sense, go.
Yeah. let me add to that, bro. When I was doing my detailing business, I was already investing in stocks. I had like a good amount. And I said, I'm gonna liquidate. I had found a mobile detailing van already equipped. And the van cost about what I had in my brokerage account. And I'm being financially literate. I'm very financially disciplined. I could have $100,000 in my stocks, but if I have $100 in my bank account, I only got $100. I'm broke. I gotta go work and make extra money. I am not gonna touch anything that's in my other institution money like that. No, bro. You're not gonna. No one. You can put a gun to my head, shoot my head, bro. That money is not leaving. That money is not leaving. That money is not. You could threaten me. You could whip me. No.
Yeah.
That's my wealth, and my wealth is gonna stay there, and it's gonna continue to grow, right? So, one thing that I had to do was I had to liquidate it because I had to tell myself it's fear that I'm going through. The fear of I'm gonna buy this van. Business was barely starting. Business was all right. I did the numbers. My current number of clients wouldn't. The return was gonna be smaller, but I said, wait, but I have a van. Now I can market mobile. Yeah. Now I'm gonna reach more of the niche. I'm gonna reach more people. More people are gonna be interested. Sure. Just take the fucking risk. And actually, my parents had to sit me down and just said, just do it. Like if they're gonna do it, just do it.
Yeah,
just do it. You know. And my parents aren't entrepreneurs, but when I was younger, my mom's side has more entrepreneurship. But both my parents aren't entrepreneurs. But when I was younger, they used to sell. I know you guys don't call them swap meets. You guys call them flea markets up here, right? Yeah. And at the swap meet, they used to sell like merchandise. My mom used to do it, and my mom obviously reads books too. So she already knew about Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and all that, right? And my mom was telling me, mira, mijo, like, because I learned about business at 8 years old. But you know, you grew up and you kind of like, you're into other things. Whatever. Yeah. When I was going, she was like, remember when you had your candy business and I told you, I'm going to let you borrow the money to get you started. You're going to pay me back. And then all the money you make, you have to reinvest it. She's like, this is that moment. This is the moment where you reinvest it in order to level up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of entrepreneurs, even when I hired my first ever employee, bro, and like I said, and I had to learn how to take responsibility, right? Because, I mean, I would try to point fingers because I just hired you, bro. You're responsible for this. Well, yeah, but he's also waiting for leadership. He's waiting for someone to let him know, like, yo, bro, we got to do this. We got to do that, right? And
they're looking at you for the answers.
Exactly.
They're looking at you for the answers.
Exactly.
Like,
But at that time, I was so fearful to even hand them the keys to the van. I was so fearful to have them handle the money. I was so fearful to even hire him. Like, I was like, bro, I'm really going to give my business away to somebody else type thing. And I just feel like same thing with taking action, right? You're going to go in your entrepreneur journey, you're going to go through levels of fear. And it's all about learning how to become mentally tough and learning how to talk to yourself and just learning that if it doesn't work out, it's fine, but you prepared for it and you went for it. And now when it doesn't work out, take it as a lesson, learn the mistakes you made from it, improve on them and do it again. Yep. You know, but yeah, entrepreneurship, bro, is nothing but levels of fear, levels of mental stress, and just becoming the better version of yourself, bro. Because at the end of the day, that guy that's $100 million, I had a client, bro, making $300,000 a day.
Sheesh.
I was driving his Rolls Royces. I was driving all his cars, bro, Lambos and all that, bro. Like, I have videos
That's
of me
real
just,
money.
yeah. And the fact that he would let me drive these things, I'm like, damn, bro. Like, he was like, yeah, just move. Well, obviously, he was like, move from here to here. But, bro, I'm in the Lambo. I'm in a Ferrari. Like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing to me mentally. He's showing me that this is possible. And if I really want to work for it, I need to take, like you said, massive action. Now, let me ask you something. Because you said massive action. And I only really heard that from one guy, one guru. You listen to Ed Milet?
I don't. Everybody says, like, I got to listen to him, but
it's because Ed Milet's big on, like, massive action. Massive action. You got to be laser focused.
I just think, like I said, there are too many people that overthink things.
Yeah.
And that's why, and I was one of them. That's why, like, when I see an opportunity now, I'm like, go for it.
Yeah.
I feel like this topic comes up a lot because we've had a couple people on now, and and it seems like it's always like the thought in your head is always scarier than, even if the worst thing happens, it's still scarier in your head than what actually is in real life.
And that's why I say what I say.
How it's gonna feel
exactly.
once you do feel.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, here,
sucks.
Whatever.
I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah. That's why I say what I say. I'm like,
it really is.
Don't be a little bitch. Just do it, bro. Just go out there and do it. I mean, and I came to find out later on that saying that is maybe not the best option, right? Because some people don't know how to take that word. But in my case, it's like, you're being a little girl, bro. You're being a little wuss. You're worried about it too much, bro. Like, just do it. Just do it, you know? But, yeah, this is the end of the podcast. We're coming to the end. Is there anything you want to let anyone else know, man? I mean, you did hit me with that, the 3 tips, so I like that.
Yeah. I mean, one other thing is, like, that quote where they say whether you believe, whether you believe you're going to do it or not, you're right. I'm sure something like that. You guys have heard it.
Mm-hmm. I haven't, actually.
Okay. So whether you believe you can accomplish something or you believe you can't, you're right. Mm-hmm. So that means, like, whatever you do, if you believe you're going to do it, you could do it. You're correct. If you believe you can't do it,
you're correct.
You're correct. You can do it. So it all starts here.
It all starts within you.
It all starts here. And then there are some people that are super dumb, but they believe in themselves so much
that it happens.
They make it happen.
Yeah.
That's right.
So to the viewers,
you don't have a dumb idea. Just do it.
Even if you're dumb, you gotta
even if your GPA was
2.0, you gotta go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
I like that. I like that.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Because I've seen a lot of dumb millionaires. I'm telling you, I used to look at people's accounts because they would come and sit down with me like, I want to send a wire. And I'd be like, wait, what do you do? Oh, I sell rice. Wait, what? You sell rice?
Really?
Yeah. And then you talk to them and you figure out that they're not the sharpest people, but they figured out how to sell
rice.
A fuck ton of rice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
wait, one more, man. Being a banker, hold on. I'm a big crypto guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about wire transfers and problems. I could send $1 million, no biggie on Bitcoin. But anyways, what do you think of crypto? Being a banker, being an old banker.
I mean, if you want me to think as a banker, dumb.
Obviously.
Right?
Yeah, I was thinking the same way, being financially literate.
If you want me to think about it like as what it was, invented to do, kind of cool,
It works.
It works. That whole decentralized thing, cool.
Best thing ever.
Right?
Yeah.
And then what do I think personally about it? Shit, I wish I would have bought it when I read about it. $10 a coin, bro. Back when I was in college.
But $10. You still got opportunities out there, bro. You still got the top 10 cryptos where you can still play your cards.
I will dabble in crypto at some point. I actually have a portfolio because of my 401k, like of just like
cryptos,
not crypto, but just like my 401k, investments, stuff like that. But I do want to start with some cryptos. I don't know which ones.
I'll put you on game.
But I think it's just gonna be like probably like 10% of like my net worth, or maybe like 5%, something small.
We'll put you on game, man. We just woke up to 30% gains in a month, so.
That's crazy because
with one of our cryptos that we're pretty heavy on, like you know how we do the bull room. There's a crypto we always mention, and it just hit 30%. Like in a month, this month it's up 30%.
You know, like all the stocks were down for the last like couple of years with like after COVID, everything shot up and then everything got
down.
Right?
Oh man, I'm feeling it.
My 401k, like I think the return was like 1% or 2% for like 2 years.
Wow, that is horrible.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
And I didn't even look at it, to be honest with you. I was like,
inflation beat you, bro.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So so I do want to diversify, but like I feel like I got to make more money
to take those risks.
To be able to, here's 5%, 10%. So that's where like I really need to double down on my business.
Yeah. Focus on the income first, then focus on the investments.
And yeah, exactly. And that's another thing. The last tip that I'm going to give them is nowadays everybody wants to do the hot new thing. Like when I put like who wants to start a jewelry company, like I had like 30, 40 people like, yo, teach me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's done drop shipping.
Yep.
I didn't do it because I knew it was.
I tried it.
Like I knew it was like
bullshit.
Pretty much. Don't get me wrong. In every industry, there's a small percent of people that are killing it.
Yeah, that's right.
Like there are drop shippers that are making crazy money, but you're not going to be one of them.
It got sold as a dream. That's what it was.
It's because they sell you on the courses.
Yeah,
it's the same thing as FBA. Like when I started FBA, there's so many courses out there, and I was like, I'm not buying shit. Guess who kind of helped me out a little bit? One of my clients from the bank. And guess why I picked him to help me? Because I saw his fucking account, and he was selling $250,000 a month. So I was like, all right, brother, like teach me.
It's funny because we have a guy that follows us on Line of Wealth Club. He's actually been knowing me for years now, since my MP the Entrepreneur YouTube channel. That was a long time ago. And his name is Oscar Martinez, bro. And I posted him on the
I think you told me about
the story. And he does an Amazon FBA. He's out of Texas, and he just sold over $1 million this year. And with him, it was more like, I know the way he explains his story. He just took the risk, and literally like you took the risk, took massive action. Started as a side hustle, obviously learned how to improve. And this year, my boy hit over $1 million in sales. So I was like, sheesh, like that's good. And he's like, bro, he's like, next year I'm trying to double that. Like
the guy that was teaching me, he did over $2 million a year back then. This was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
$2.5 million a year selling broomstick holders. Like the ones that you put on the...
Oh, you did mention this on the phone. Yeah.
And he's just a sharp guy, but like he doesn't sell a course.
Yeah.
Because he's really doing that shit. Most of the people that sell a course
aren't doing it. They learned it, and then
they learn from theory. I could teach you everything that he taught me, and I could be like, you're going to kill it. This is a real business. And it is a real business, but you're probably not going to be one of the guys that does that. The point that I was trying to make is everybody wants to do the hot new thing. Forex trading, crypto, drop shipping, e-commerce, selling hats. All the Mexican kids are now wanting to be Gallo Fino, dandy hats,
If you don't have an MP hat, it don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. MP hats all the way. Forget the other ones.
Yeah, that's right.
But like those guys are doing really good, but it's because they put the time and the effort.
Yep.
Right? And they also learned. And so the point that I was trying to make is like, don't fall for like the random, like, oh, this is going to work. This is going to pick something that you know a little bit more than the average person about, or something where you see it's a good opportunity
and run with it,
or something that maybe you're passionate about. But me, I like to see the numbers behind everything, right? I'm like,
you're a banker.
I didn't like change more than the average guy.
That's right.
It wasn't my passion, but now I love it because I do it and talk to people and all that. But you pick something that you see an opportunity in and double down and like go 150%
and run with it.
Do not put 3 months in and then go do crypto, and then 3 months in, then go do drop shipping. Or what a lot of people do, they read some book that tells them like 7 streams of income. And they try to get 7 streams.
I used to believe that.
you suck at everything, bro. You suck at everything.
Yep. Just focus on one
what
thing.
you do is you focus on one thing. You do it really, really well. You get paid because you're so good at it. And then you start to diversify. Now when you got $100,000 in the bank, 10,000 goes into crypto. 10,000, 20,000 goes into shirt printing business that you wanted to start or a detailing business. But now you're diversifying. You already made the money. And I say 100,000, but like the rich people really, when they get to the millions, that's when they start buy real estate, buy this, buy that.
That's now the same reason why I'm gonna hit my first mill before I get into real estate.
They got real estate. They got an investment portfolio. They got maybe a little bit in crypto just as a hedge or something.
Yeah.
They invested in a company, $50,000 a startup or something. So now they do got 7 streams of income, but they already made their money with one thing.
Right. And that took 10 years to build.
Exactly.
Simple as that. Damn, bro. Yeah, you're dropping nuggets, bro. You're dropping knowledge, my boy. And if this isn't growing in your head, like he said, you might be dumb. But this is the end of the podcast, man. You have beautiful jewelry, bro. Y pues, compa Juan, muchas gracias. And, even though we took, it was supposed to be 9 hours, it took us 17 hours to get here. And that was because we had detours. And we went and stopped by and visited one of my other compas right here from up north. He's out there, Drip Fades from Santa Cruz, California. Had to get my haircut, bro. So, actually, I'm not even showing it off, man. I didn't have no gel. I forgot my gel at home. But shout out to my boy, Romario from Drip Fades Barbershop over in Santa Cruz, California. If you guys are ever up north and headed to the Bay, you got to hit up my boy. He'll get you right. As you guys can see, look at this fade, bro.
Fucking
it's spotless.
Shit, that's where I'm going next.
Hey, I'm going to take the drive 3 hours out. But anyways, bro, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to interview you. We could have came here and you could have flaked us. You could have said, never mind, guys. I don't want to do it. And I knew you mentioned that you were sick and you still came and you still did it, bro.
So that's another thing. Like I'm having to, my throat is killing me right now, but I'm having to push through this. But like a commitment to drive, 10 plus hours. Like I wanted to make sure we did this.
Hell yeah.
And then also like I said, like I was the guy watching these videos. I was the guy, learning. Like hopefully there's a couple people out there that really take this advice and take it to heart.
Yeah.
And
it's mainly for the Mexican American community, bro. Es para los niños que tienen papás inmigrantes que a lo mejor tienen una idea que quieren hacer algo, que quieren salir adelante, pero no saben cómo empezar. You need a big brother in this game, bro.
We got you.
We got you, bro. Like, you want to hit us up, hit our DMs. We'll help you by any means, bro. You got any questions on, like, taxes, anything like that, bro, we can help you out. You got mindset questions, and I, bro, just hit my DM because I also need new podcast ideas. So by you guys asking questions, it just makes me come up with topics, bro. There's sometimes where I'm sitting in my office, I'm like, I don't know what to talk about today,
So no, and thank you guys for coming through and
also being a supporter from the start, bro, because you sent me a DM like a year ago. He sent me a DM a long time. He said, hey, bro, where are you? Now, first I was like, why the hell does he care where I'm at? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like, oh, he's obviously from a big city, right?
Yeah.
And then I told him, and he's like, hey, bro, I like what you're talking about and stuff like that. And I was like, shoot, let me follow him back and stuff like that. And actually, we didn't get into this, but let me just ask you one more question. Influencer marketing, bro. I seen it works for you, and you link up with a lot of raza artists like Marca MP. You did the chicken nuggets.
I did something with Yaritza.
Yeah, Yaritza. There you go.
Shout out to Yaritza. She did something for me a while back. I've done a couple smaller people,
But does it work? Hitting up those influencers, hitting up those bigger name people just to make that quick.
Yeah. I mean, it works in the sense that like you're not gonna see like her post something and you sell $1 million, but you get eyes, and it's a matter of can you convert those eyes. Right. I know people have reached out to me and they're like, I want to buy Yaritza's ring, and I'm like, sweet, right? So I sell them the ring, the one that she got from us, and I'm like, dude, I just made some money thanks to her. So like it works. But can you convert it's not like people
close the deal? Can you close the deal?
It's not like people think so, like, where you just give them something like, oh, here's a chain, post it, and you're going to sell them it. Like, it doesn't work like that.
It takes time.
It takes time. You do get a lot of followers when you hire the right people. And it also, it's got to mix with your company. You can't hire a crypto guy to be your spokesperson if you're selling jewelry.
That's right.
I don't care if the crypto guy has 1 million followers. They're not going to care about a Sanjudas pendant.
That's right.
That's
You
true.
know what I'm saying?
Make me a Bitcoin one. We'll talk it later.
So, last thing for real.
Yeah.
You and all your years being in the banking, is there something that one person that has told you any advice or anything that's stuck with you for like the last 20 years or whatever?
One piece of advice. I mean, there's just so many.
Yeah. But is there, even it's not just like financial life advice.
The one that's in the back of your head every day. Se puede decir.
Like I'm trying to think, but like there's just so many.
Top 3.
Well, I mean,
he gave it to there.
Hey, my boy, we gotta get out of you, bro.
Do we have another hour?
Oh, damn! You know what? How about we do a Zoom call, and we just go straight into banking?
Yeah, we could do something like that. I would say, I wouldn't necessarily say I got advice. Don't get me wrong. I got advice from a lot of people. Like one of my like really good clients at the bank. He used to own a jewelry store, and he was like, I was telling him about like what I wanted to do, and I was like, this is how I'm gonna quit, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that, and he was like, just fucking do it. And I was like, yeah, but I'm scared.
So you're making excuses on yourself. You're like, he's telling you to do it, and you're like, well, this, well, that.
He's like, just do it, and I guarantee you're going to figure it out.
Yep.
He's like, anybody can figure it out. Like, if you want to make let's say, how much does it cost to live? I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure if I had like a couple $100 a day, like I'd be set. Like I could pay all my bills. I could have money. I put money in saving. It's like making $200 a day is not that hard. And I was like, you're right. The people selling oranges on the corner sometimes can make more than that.
Yep.
Yeah.
They make 6. Some people don't realize that those tamaleros make 6 figures, bro.
and I'm like, shit. I'm making good money at the bank, but like half of it goes to
taxes,
401k. Yeah. Insurance is crazy.
Life insurance?
No, health insurance.
Okay.
I paid for me, my kid, and my wife. Like all that. Like I had like the best of the best because I was like, why not? I want to make sure my kid's taken care of. It's like $40,000 a year. What? I didn't pay that. Like
that's the whole family though, right?
Yeah, but my employer paid like a bunch of it. I think I paid probably like $8,000 or $9,000 a year.
Damn.
So like just take $10,000 off of my salary and that just goes straight to it.
Yeah.
Life insurance or health insurance that we didn't even go to the doctor.
You've been like once the past 2 years.
Yeah. But it's good to have it because if something happens. But but I my point that I was trying to make is like just do it, right? That's the advice. But also I think I learned more like the advice that I have for myself, I learned it by watching people, not by like somebody like straight up telling me like, yo, this is the advice. I learned a lot by just watching people. That's why I know that some people that are not that smart can make a lot of money if they believe in themselves and they have drive because I've seen it happen. Yeah. And so what does that do to your brain when you see it happen?
Makes you go.
It makes you believe like you could do it too.
Yep.
What makes you, like when you see your clients' cars, you're like, that guy's not that much smarter than me. He just happened to be put in the right place at the right situation and took the risks to do this. Do you think that he's really that much more smart than me? I mean, I don't know. Like the guy that you said he's got making $300,000.
Oh, no, I know he made his money. Hey, he kind of got lucky. He found he found like a loophole and then abused that loophole.
Okay.
That thing.
So it's not that he's like way smarter than you.
Nah, he just found something and ran with it.
He just fucking found something
and ran with it.
Doubled down on it. And so that's the thing that like I've learned a ton of valuable lessons throughout my life from watching people and just being aware of my surroundings. And I would say, yeah, like sometimes you just have to have a lot of balls.
A lot of huevos.
A lot of huevos. Para toda la raza. But anyways, I want to say thank you to all the raza that follows Linaje Jewelry. Like, I'm just going to end it with this. When I started Linaje Jewelry, I was like, wouldn't it be dope if, like, one day I could sell $10,000 in a month? And I was like, I'll probably make 25% profit margins, right? That's the idea that I had. I was like, so like $2,500 extra a month, like that'd be dope.
Now you're making more than that. Like,
there's days that I've made sales more than 10,000 in one day. Doesn't happen all the time. Don't get me wrong. I'm not rich. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not close to that $1 million a year mark, but I'm getting there really quickly. Like, I've done multiple six figures a year.
Well, we're going to have to check up with you in 6 months then.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. Like if I would have told myself, 3 years ago, like, one day you're going to wake up and like I was just showing him earlier when you went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's like I woke up and I had already made $1,000 in profit. That's profit, not sales.
Yeah.
That's close to.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, 3x that.
Something like that. But I was like, I woke up and I had sales and shit, now I'm doing this. So it's a beautiful thing, but it wouldn't have worked out if I didn't believe in myself.
And you didn't take that risk.
And you don't take that risk, exactly.
So we're going to leave you with this, man. All money in, no money out. Stay dedicated, stay motivated, and don't be a little bitch. Latin Wealth Club. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, yeah.